Hello there, Internet, and happy holidays from the Survivors Complex crew. We are excited to be here to kick off the festivities this weekend for another rousing episode of Survivors Complex. But first, before we get started, a couple of things. One, we have our first giveaway for Dice Galore. And using the magic of the internet, we have determined that the winner of our giveaway is at Jake Sondo on Twitter. Congratulations, Jake. You have won our first dice giveaway that I'm sure we will have many, many more to come, hopefully. We will be tweeting that out too, and we'll get in contact with you to give you your dice. So congratulations, and thank you for following us. We still have two other giveaways that we're in the process of working on. We are actually getting up there a bit for our Twitch giveaway, and we are slowly but surely making there for our Twitter or for our YouTube one. Once we hit 75 on Twitch and 50 on YouTube, we are going to be giving away 2 other sets of dice. So if you missed out on this one, go ahead and follow, subscribe to us on the platforms of your choosing, and we will be giving away more dice. And if somehow we meet all 3 giveaways by the end of the month, which is only 8 days away, then we will be doing a special follower one-shot. It's a lot to meet in 8 days, but I have faith in the internet that you all can do that if you just try your hardest. So we will we'll see how that goes. But if not, the giveaways will stand.
A little bit more enthusiasm with that, Sean.
This is the only level of enthusiasm that I have. So no. We had our last episode of Wild Space last Monday. And we will be having another one at the first of the year, kicking off the new year right with some space adventures. And the following day, we will have the apocalypse. So buckle up. We'll be starting our Apocalypse World campaign on the 2nd. Be our session 0, kind of a world building sesh to get everybody introduced to the game and the characters. Should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. I love this system. I've run a couple of games of it. Haven't ever had one that stuck. It's been sort of like an on and off thing, but I'm really looking forward to actually delving into a full campaign for it. And I think we've got a lot of interesting ideas that are being thrown around right now in our pre-world building stuff. So it'll be an apocalypse unlike any you have ever seen, hopefully. Otherwise, no reference to any existing apocalypse was intended by the creators or the owner of #Apocalypse World. So we do not infringe on any copyright. And then we will be having our conclusion to Wonder World on the, I want to say the 12th? No. Somebody remind
12th.
No, the 16th. No.
26th? When is it?
Y'all are saying numbers.
The 9th. The 9th
9th, that's what it was.
December. 9th of January. Oh, man, this has been a month. Yeah, we'll be having the conclusion the week after of Wonder World, and then we will be starting our Apocalypse World full-on campaign starting on the 23rd. But we'll announce those to come. You don't have to remember dates. We will remember them for you. And I think that's it. More video game streaming to come. If you missed out on any of the other video game streams, some of them are up on YouTube. Most of them are still up on VODs on Twitch, so go watch them there. I think we should go and start, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do this. So, getting back in to the world of Sarthia and recapping our last session of Survivors Complex. Last session, your group had arrived or journeyed to the city of Shia, near the sort of in the center of the Roran coalition. You made your way into the city, encountering some rather disturbing sights straight upon your arrival. You had some rather dramatic sort of interactions with some of the denizens of the city, seeing the sort of cancer that permeates this society, this practice of slavery within the coalition. You met the owner of the arena, this grand Shia arena that sort of stands as one of the pinnacles of Roran culture. The owner of it, Marcus Roxley, who invited you to entertain yourselves within the arena, or to partake of the wonders that it could offer. You journeyed to the Buxom Boar and made yourselves home there, this time in the material plane, not this time within the astral sea, which was the last time you visited the Buxom Boar. You reconnected with Prince Zinstor Zolvernik, who reunited with many of you, making the new acquaintance of Tova, giving you some information as to what had last transpired since your parting back on Graldar. Alluded to some potential love interests with Den's sister, and gave you a bit of warning that there were some strange things within this city that he had sort of investigated a bit, seen a bit in his time here, and that was worried about the state of things in this country. You decided, screw that, let's go to the arena and fight some stuff. Having a ulterior motive in traveling there, you had heard that one of the captain of the Sapphire, one of the gold pirates ships, Captain Dallas, was going to be there at the arena, and it might be a good time to see what they're up to. You journeyed there. Most of you decided to fight within the arena. Star and Prince Zinstor remained away from that, deciding to watch and keep an eye on what's going on with the pirates. You all fought within the arena, fighting off, for the first time, giant gorillas, and finally got to have the battle that you wanted for so long. And some of you coming so close to death in the process. You were able to pretty handily deal with the creatures. A few close calls, some bullets sort of rocketing from the ground about halfway through the fight. Whether that was planned, you'll never know. And while all the chaos was happening, Star, you were able to shadow one of the gold pirates who was kind of skulking around, engaged in some clandestine meeting. You were able to pick their pocket when they were delivered a message, and return to your seat, waiting for the events to end before determining what information you might have gleaned from these pirates. So that's where we pick up our session. All of you having just achieved your climactic victory within the arena, the crowd cheering and hollering congratulations down upon you. You are sort of ushered to the center of the arena, where you stand on that platform that raises up again, and you're lowered down into the pits that you had risen from before. As you enter the catacombs beneath the arena, the elven, I can't remember if it was a man or woman that was there with you before. I think it was an elven woman. I'm gonna go with that. She comes up to you with her clipboard and says, "Well done, everyone. Well done. Well fought. That was a rather stirring victory. So congratulations. I wasn't sure that you were all going to make it. Please come this way. We'll usher you out of the arena, and you'll be able to collect your winnings for your victory. Please follow me. And she ushers you down the corridors and the hallways back to the staging area and up to the windows, the counters that you're at before where you placed your bets. And each one of you receives the winnings for your bets. Dan, I believe you bet 100, so you get 200 gold pieces back. Lucius, you get the same. Sato, you get 202 gold pieces back. And the rest of you didn't bet anything. Along which she also, after giving you all your earnings, she holds out or throws another sack of coins toward Lucius, who seems to be handling most of the money, and says, "And this is for your victory, your first victory within the arena. Many more to come if you decide to enter again. Perhaps we'll find a better fight for you next time, something a little bit higher in the rankings. But congratulations, and Master Roxley was very pleased by your actions here today, so well done." She sort of awkwardly stands there for a minute, scratches a little bit on her clipboard, looks over and says, "All right, who's next?" And she goes walking away.
Me. Just get it.
We all push Din up. So how much is in the purse?
500 gold pieces.
Nice.
So you all get that. And Star, you and the Prince, I assume, start making your way back towards the beach, or is there anything you wanted to do while you're still seeing the gets there?
Sorry, I was eating. First up, if that's okay, I want to rewind a bit, because if you say no to this, that's fine. But before making it back to the Prince, I want to read the message myself.
Sure, you can definitely do that. Look in your inventory.
Dun dun dun. Inventory.
Sneaky Sean being sneaky.
Da da da. Da 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 da.
It literally says, "Haha, got you."
Yeah, basically. How did you guess? Okay, that's fine. So, head back to the Prince. Watch the rest of the fight. While I'm sitting there with the Prince, I assume the do the pirates have a view of me, or are we basically like right below a wall where they couldn't really see us?
Actually, where you guys are at, yeah, you're pretty hidden. Unless one of them comes right up to the edge, which they don't do very often. Sometimes one of them kind of leans over the edge with a drink, but for the most part, yeah, most of them can't see you from your position.
I want to time it so when one is not there, I'm just going to do a quick do alter self, and just to make my fur a more tawny or sandy color, just so I'm not the stark white I normally am.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. The Prince turns to you upon your return and says, "Are we good to go?"
Ready when you are.
All right. Let's get out of here before they realize something's wrong. And he sort of begins walking alongside you, out through the crowd, which are now standing, kind of mulling about between fights. Some making their way out of the arena, some coming in. You follow along with the flow of the crowd, eventually coming down into this sort of betting chamber there where the rest of your group currently is at, receiving their payment.
Well, that was an exciting fight. I mean, nothing real. The only really strange thing that was those weird bullets, I think they're called. Everything there just plain ordinary. I told you they were real.
Okay, you've been talking about them since we met. It's been a year. And you've always talked about them, but I've never seen them before until now. Now, saying all of that, that was an intense fight. I never want to meet one of those face to face in the dark jungle. Fuck you.
Dan, you okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine.
Everybody else good? Anybody need some healing?
I'm like
I mean-
a little scratched up, but nothing
I mean-
serious.
How are you? I think we should be the one asking you that.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Because you were the one that like got really
You
hurt
took a
last-
pummeling.
You took a
Oh,
hit.
that's right. That's
That
why
is-
I was down to like 10 hit points, and I was like, I don't remember that.
Oh, it's so
Wow.
on brand.
You were
Yeah,
hit
no, I
very
think it was like
hard.
24 hit points. I think is actually what it
Yeah.
really was. Okay. No, those things. I mean, like, I think I came up to that thing's shin. I mean, it was huge.
She's got like a huge,
Yeah.
like swollen eye,
Do you
What do
want
we
some
do?
healing?
blood running out of her nose.
I mean, I got myself. It's okay.
Okay.
We may need your spells for later, so
I only
I'm okay.
used like 3 of them the whole fight.
that was an awesome fight, guys. Like,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
So Del, what about you? Do you need any healing or something? Because like I know you got hit a lot of times.
Oh no, I'm good. I
Sean's going to kill me.
managed to get out of that one pretty unscathed.
Does he even have like dust on his boots? Like,
No, his armor is pristine.
Totally untouched.
He you don't even remember if you wouldn't even remember he was there if it wasn't for the constant gunshots.
I mean, I really just stood there and cleaned my gun the whole time. I don't know.
You were a good backup. It's good to have you in the corner.
well done.
Well done.
Sean, I'm gonna go ahead and use 35 of my lay on hands, just so you know.
I assume on yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
So back to the inn. I think you all deserve a round of drinks, so 4 or 10 or 32.
I know I could go for some wine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all gather yourselves, heal yourselves the best you can. The swelling goes down a bit, Lil, as you lay a glowing hand on your face, and for the most part, feel pretty good. You make your way through the crowds. A couple of people seem to recognize you as you're making your way out of the arena, kind of drawing the lines between what just happened. Some of them sort of kind of give a hoop or a holler in your direction.
If anyone does that when they're near us, I'm like high-fiving people as we go down the road. Like,
Yeah, there are a
Making
couple
friends.
Of people, there are a couple of people that kind of go, "Hey, you!" and kind of give you a high five. You're not like the talk of the town at this point. It seems there's probably about 6 or 7 more fights till like the main event of the night, but they're definitely got some people's attention.
that's like 3 fans that I didn't have before.
Yeah. You wind your way through the crowds, eventually coming upon the buxom boar, where you can see it's a pretty lively atmosphere inside the tavern, and you push your way inside. And make your way to a seat or to a table and some seating where you can relax and recuperate. You grab some drinks, some wines and ales from the region, and finally you can get a chance to take a breath and sort of gather yourselves and discuss.
Well, what do we do next? We wanted to get information. Did we get any? I mean, aside from the fact that giant gorillas are real.
I will take the note out of my pocket, quickly lay it on the table so everyone has a chance to read it. Hold it an extra couple of seconds for Dan. For those of you, the note reads 20 by the shoal, moon zenith. Then I put the note back in my pocket.
It's in everybody's inventory.
Well, there you go.
In case you need to read again or you need to see the words.
Well, what the heck does that mean? I mean, meeting somebody at like, midnight, I guess. But which night?
Do I know if the shoal... Am I the only... Who else has been here before? Is it just me and Lucy? Oh, and Sadell. We've all been here before. Do we know if the shoal is like a place? Is that like a landmark? Or like, is there like a tavern called the Shoal?
Yeah,
or something?
Make a history check.
Yeah. Darn it. History. 12.
All right. Is anybody, the other two of you that are familiar with this region, you can make checks too.
Got me a 5.
A 10.
10. Okay. So Lucius, is that all? I don't know. 10, you... It sounds familiar. You might have heard of an inn called the Sunken Shoal that you think you remember being in Shia.
I think I know an inn called the Sunken Shoal.
And it's somewhere around here.
Well, yeah, it's in the city.
I mean,
No, it's in my hometown. Not helpful information at all.
it is you, princess.
I'm very helpful. I resent that.
You also resemble it, but that's another discussion for another time.
Hey, I solved that fancy alchemy puzzle before any of you guys did.
Can I punch Lucius?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead. I don't care. I'm actually expecting it from Din, not from Will, so...
Sneak attack. You just...
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Are you ready for this? Because
Yeah.
it's real sad. It's
Okay.
real sad. It's a 5.
What's the full total?
It's a 5.
Oh, never mind. I thought you
I rolled
a
a
5.
2. I rolled a 2.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh no. But he's right behind you.
Oh, but he's in the room!
He's literally right there.
We'll be right back. I'll get him back.
We are back. Sorry for that brief hiccup. Somebody may or may not have accidentally left the video call.
It is the holiday stream. Who knows who's drinking? Who
Who
knows?
knows? So anyway,
The answer is all of us.
something was happening. So you know it's the Sunken Shoal.
Do you have like a roundabout idea of where it is, or?
No, you don't really remember. You just know the name. I don't think you ever went there. But you do remember there should be an inn in the city named the Sunken Shoal.
I guess we could just ask somebody.
What phase or phases of the moons are we in?
God damn it.
It's on the calendar that Kyle's in charge of.
There's a calendar.
Wait, we have a calendar?
This is the stream where Sean loses it and kills us all.
Yo.
It's been wonderful, guys.
So, this has been Survivor's Complex. It's been a great 32 episodes, but on to the next. Cut the hard line, guys.
Just gonna start streaming by myself. All right. Right now, it's the 18th of Grydir. Those of you who have the calendar, you can just look at it because I'm not going to describe all of them. It looks like Duresha is on a waxing moon. Seraphon is at a half moon, and Ural is a waning moon. Waning crescent moon. They're both waxing crescent moon and waning crescent moon.
Well, we can probably go check tonight around midnight.
Yeah, I'll give you this too. Moon zenith is a colloquialism in the region for midnight.
Overthinking the puzzle, guys.
Yeah. Didn't want to spend the next hour doing that.
I thought we already established that it meant midnight.
Some of you did.
Yeah, some of us did.
Star, who had never been here before, did not know that.
So we just ask. So we just ask around. We go to this inn and we stake it out at midnight, and we look for any suspicious figures.
And we jump them in the dark galley, hogtie them, bring them aboard our ship, and then torture them for information. I mean, what?
Well, are we looking for other pirates from Gold's crew, or who are we looking for? Do we know?
Answers. We're looking for answers.
At
Just
this
someone
point,
at this
we're
point.
Looking for the pirates. They're the ones who I encountered with this information.
I mean, I think ideally we'd want to be able to talk to Dallas, but
That's probably not going to happen.
I mean, I can make it happen, but
And in case, because I don't know if because it's been a few weeks, also wanted to point out here too to Star. You saw the exchange of the handoff of the note, and you do know you took the note before the pirate was able to read it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I got the note straight away before the pirates had a chance to look at it. We may be able to go there in place of the pirates to see whoever's waiting for this pickup or trade up or whatever's happening.
that's a good idea.
Well done, Star.
I'm good at what I do. You're good at killing things, I'm good at sneaking around behind people's backs and picking their pockets.
And also knifing them in the back when people least expect it.
Yeah, that too.
I'm just saying, don't sell yourself short of the old stabby.
So, one of us disguises ourselves as a pirate there for the meeting, and the rest of us just kind of hang out.
If only one of us could convincingly be a pirate. I look straight at Dan.
I don't know why we would have to pretend to be a pirate.
I'm a
You
pirate
are a pirate.
from another crew.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said pirate.
I meant disguises ourselves as someone not recognizable
Are we
And-
recognizable here?
and passes themselves off. I'm all blue.
Yeah, we just won that fight. Like, I know not everybody knows us, but there may be. It's
Somebody
tricky
might know
because
us.
somebody may know us.
But it also, like, have you looked at us?
I can disguise one person as a member of the pirates. I got a half decent look at all of them. I could probably make sure you at least don't look like yourself. I can hide in the shadows nearby. The rest of you can try to hide in the shadows nearby.
I was
I'm not
thinking
gonna
we'd
do
just.
that. You know I can't do that.
I was just thinking we'd like sit around the inn and just like keep an eye out. It
Or we
wouldn't
could
be
do that.
weird for us to like be at an inn.
True, but if we need to find this person, they said by the inn, not in the inn. Or at the... What did the note say again?
It doesn't.
By the show. By the show. Haha.
Alright, so we're like post
So,
up. You sneak around outside. The rest, some of us can sit inside. Maybe it's got like a patio or something. I don't know. We just like
Like a
post up around
smoking
the inn.
lounge.
But I mean, you know, if you're there for a meeting, you could like be waiting outside the inn for someone and then like go inside and have dinner and like drinks and stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to like spread us out, make sure we see everything that's happening.
that works too.
We probably shouldn't show up at the same time, though. We should probably after a while.
While they're all talking about this, can I go up to the bartender here and just ask where this inn is?
Sure.
And ask, like,
What's its like reputation? Like we're trying to get to know town, and this has become our base, but we're looking to expand our interests.
So Hallen is at the bar and she's currently tending to a couple of customers. And as you come over, she's like, "Oh," she listens to your question. She gives you a look. She says, "You're asking for the reputation of the sunken shoal.
Yeah.
Its reputation is that it's burned down.
Oh,
So
that's not going to be a very good place to get a drink, then.
not very lively, I'd say."
Must have been quite the hot spot at one point.
She just walks away.
so I toddle back over to the table.
Guys, so the show burned down.
As she walks back over to the table, I'm like Den is super into this like heist, like detective sort of like genre, and so I'm in the middle of like regaling them with one of my favorite books that my sister used to read to me, and it's about this like Triton heist gang that would go around and like rob like fancy underwater casinos, and it's called Ocean's 11.
Two. That would be 2 we've just now done in a minute and a half.
I'm riding the train.
Yes! Oh, Sean. Oh, Sean, you love us.
But
So-
see, now he's not going to try and kill me. He's going to try and kill you guys. So
You're welcome.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
It's a game night.
Just have a list.
Are we all drunk tonight?
High on life, man.
No, I'm just so glad to be back.
That was like 4 in a row.
All right, we're getting this train back on the rails. So you get back to the table. What does Lil say?
So guys, so the show apparently burned down.
Oh.
So we're not gonna be able to like
That
go
might put the-
blend in unless we're, you know, embers and timbers and burnt shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So I
Cool.
think Star's plan of disguising one of us as what looked like one of them pirates that he stole the note from would probably be a good idea, but not me, because you know I can't be sneaky.
Can you disguise more than one person?
I can disguise one. Prince, are you capable of using alter self on someone else?
I can make people invisible.
The princess. I could put together some disguises or some. I'm trying to remember his voice. I could perhaps disguise a few of you for an hour or so.
I was just thinking, I mean, if most of us wanted to hide and Star, you wanted to, disguise yourself as the pirate because you're better at talking than me, but it might be good for one of us to go as, like, bodyguard, friend, backup, that kind of thing,
I'm also the best by far hiding.
Well, you don't have to go as the pirate then.
I mean, should
Who's
you
really-
go as the bodyguard? Because, I mean...
Yeah, that's what
You
I
were-
was. That's
you
what I
were
was
there.
saying. That's what I was
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
I meant me. I was talking about myself.
Good, I was just making sure.
Well, who's good at talking then?
Sadell.
I mean, not awful.
I'm terrible at speaking.
Well, why don't you guys disguise me and Lil as, like, the pirates? And you do the talking and I'll do the muscle. And we'll, see what we can see.
Sounds
Wait,
like a
set
plan.
out. Do you want to go?
That's fine. You guys got it covered.
Do you want
Okay.
to hang in the back to make sure no one, like, comes up on us and hits us from behind?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, Tova, do you want to, like, you're kind of quiet over there. Do you want to be a pirate?
Well, I think I might be better at observing than I would be trying to put on a disguise. So perhaps I can help out Saddle.
Okay.
From afar.
I just don't want to, like, if you wanted to do something, just speak up. I mean, we're all kind of chatty, so let us know.
All right, I will do that.
Okay. So let's do this.
All right. So you guys are heading toward. I assume you get some directions, and Helen will give you directions to where the sun can show. She sort of gives you a look like, you morbid motherfucker, to Lil for her comments but she gives you the directions to the sunken shoal. And you make your way in that direction. It's towards the other side of the town. So you have Shia sits at the edge of the coastline in this bay, and on the eastern side of the city is where the arena is, and the Bucks and Boars are on that side. And sort of towards the northern side is where the Mages College is. You're heading all the way over to the western side of the city, where you have some of the. It's a little bit more run down. You see there are areas where a lot of the buildings look brand new, and other areas where the buildings are like destroyed. And there's this sort of like weird sort of juxtaposition of trying to kind of rebuild this area of the city. Like it's being gentrified is almost what it looks like. And as you head towards the bay, along the waterfront in an area where there aren't any docks there, again, it looks like the docks have been destroyed too. No ships anchored in this area, and it's very quiet and very desolate. And it's there that you see the ruins of an inn. You can see where this large, probably 3-story building, probably one time which was very impressive right on the waterfront, is now half collapsed. It's charred. It looks like almost it's swaying in kind of the late evening breeze, like it could fall over at the slightest whisper. and you get the impression this is the sunken shoal without there aren't any placards or anything indicating that's what it is. But
So you said some of the buildings in this area are destroyed. Does it look like there was like a widespread fire that caused maybe some of this destruction, or just they're in various area ages of decay?
It's interesting. It's not like normally with a fire, you would expect sort of a large section. You would expect to see a whole cluster of houses and areas that would be destroyed and then rebuilt or just destroyed. This area, it's a little more erratic. Like sections of the city have suffered destruction and then been rebuilt. You've noticed it throughout the city. This is just the area that hasn't been fully rebuilt yet. There are some buildings that look like they're still standing. They look fine. They look like they weren't touched. And then you'll head over 2 blocks and there will be just a row of houses that are broken down and busted up.
Oh, this is because this was part of the whole Civil War, right? Okay.
There was a war here, yeah, very recently.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I'm
that's what
now
I was gonna.
connecting
Yeah, that's
dots
what I was
now.
gonna
Thinking
ask.
about all the sunken ships in the harbor, I think this looks more like an attack.
Yeah. Can we, from looking around, can we kind of assume that all of this happened because of the war, or was it just something else? Like, does it look like a group of maybe soldiers or someone like walk through and just burn down everything, kind of like war of attrition, or was it like? Does it look random or does it look planned? Like they burned down this area for a reason, but kept this area.
It looks pretty random.
Okay.
Based on the patterns of the destruction, yeah, I mean, it could be something that was caused by sporadic cannon fire. It could have been something a little more deliberate, like people coming in the city and just burning down houses as they went. It's hard to say exactly. I'd say there's not necessarily enough information to glean more than that, but it does look random. It does look like it could have been rather than being some sort of natural disaster or something. This seems like something that would be caused by an attack on the city. But it's old damage. I mean, it's something that, for the most part, has been rebuilt in the last 15 or 20 years, but is still in the process of that. And this looks like an area of town that was probably a little more rundown beforehand. It's been mostly vacated, so it's a little bit slower to rebuild. So.
Is it like really quiet? Because I expect this city to be like a bustling city. Is this area like dead quiet?
This area is a little more quiet. Every once in a while you'll see some people kind of gathered at a street corner, sort of talking to themselves or talking to each other. You see a few houses that have fires burning in them, people living in them, but it is very quiet here, and it seems to be a much more kind of spread out population than in the other areas of the city.
Did you already answer this question? Probably you did. But what time of day is it? Are we getting towards?
Right now it's night. The sun has set a few hours ago. So yeah, I mean it's probably not quite to the middle of the night yet, but it's getting there.
Okay.
Well, guys, should we start to stake out spots, or I don't know? The note just said by the shoal, so
is there a main road and like a side road?
No one's.
Go ahead.
If no one's supposed to know about this meeting, or if they're trading something off, they'd want it somewhere quiet. Oh, I suggest we look around the back, see if there's anything where buildings may have collapsed together as well.
I mean, we should probably spread out, maybe surround the area that was the shoal and then see it from what they said. Look at it from all angles, just so we're not crept up on.
I'll give you the benefit of kind of helping you guys here by saying you kind of walk around the building and get an idea of the layout, because somebody was asking if there's like a thoroughfare and stuff, and you're looking for specific sort of places where clandestine meetings could happen. There is sort of the main thoroughfare that goes here is what follows the waterway. This sort of street that snakes along the harbor and over towards where most of the ships are. And that's where it seems like the front of the building is or was before. It's a little more in the open, but there's nobody around. It's pretty quiet. Around the sides of the building, there are some more like narrow walkways, alleyways on either side, and around the back of the building, sort of the same thing. It looks like most of any debris that might have fallen off the building has been cleared away, and most of the pathways are pretty open to navigate. The building itself, on the eastern side of it, you can actually see, and the wall is caved in. You can see the tavern floor, on the first floor of the building. It's again like part of the building is sort of collapsed inward, and you can see the main floor of the building. If there are a number of places, I'd say, around it that a group of people could meet. It just depends on how inconspicuous they were trying to be. But there's also enough rooftops and buildings close by in the general area, some of them looking abandoned, that you have some places that have some pretty good vantage points on this location.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to climb up onto a rooftop if I could.
Okay. Anybody else getting in like positions?
Yeah, I'll go up with Saddle.
Okay. And you have the choice, Saddle and Tova. I'd say you can get up on a rooftop, or there is a building, I'd say, just across the one of the alleyways. It's 2 stories tall, that has an upper floor with a window looking out on this location, so you could be inside looking out a window if you didn't want to be up on the rooftop, but that's up to you.
If we were inside, would we still be able to like get, just like if a fight breaks out or something, we could get back?
You could jump out the window the same way you jump off the roof.
Cool.
Yeah, and there's a set of kind of rickety, half-broken stairs leading down from it. Yeah, you could get down if you needed to.
Okay, I'll do that instead.
Okay. So yeah, the two of you can kind of camp out in that beginning. You have your stake out in the second floor of this sort of rundown. Looks like it was probably a residence at some point, though it's been long abandoned. There's some broken furniture and a bed that's tipped over to one side in the corner of the room. So you can easily sort of position yourselves in there. The rest of you?
I want my hiding spot to be within the ruins of the sunken shoal. I can know how to stick to shadows, hide under or between things, so I can look around, get around the whole area if need be. I've got a good vantage point of most of the places around, etc., etc.
Totally, yeah. I'd say you have a couple options within the shoal. There is some debris kind of positioned in ways that you could stay out of sight if people were to actually enter the tavern itself. I'd say the ruins of the kitchens is probably going to be the best based on your scouting around the area. There are some partially standing walls that sort of form sort of a natural kind of barricaded in area. There is a broken window that looks out to the front of the building, and you can very easily kind of, depending on how you position yourself in the room, you can see pretty much the 4 sides of the building.
How long does your alter self work for? How long does it last?
Okay, one thing I've got to bring up here, because I can't believe I was this dumb. I can only cast alter self on myself.
At some point.
Well,
This is why Star shouldn't drink.
We're just gonna have to look like us then.
I mean,
yeah, okay.
I could, depending on where you're standing, if I can see you, I can cast a silent image illusion on you just to make you look different. I just need to be able to make it follow you. which
No,
is why I need to be able to see you.
It's okay. I think. I don't know. I think we can do it, right, Ted? Like, I mean, you do this all the time. This is you. This is your thing. I mean, yeah, it's a different crew, but I'm new to this whole pirating thing. So
Yeah, we could do it.
just be. I mean, what do we think? Gruff and standoffish?
From what I saw of the crew, gruff, standoffish. The captain seemed to act like she was. Well, they all seemed to act like they were better than everyone being in their pretty little booth, but.
I think you just act like me, like I normally do, but smarter.
You're smart.
Like if I was real smart. Be that. That's like an awesome pirate.
I think okay, I'm not nervous. I am feeling great. I can do this.
Also, if Lucius doesn't find a hiding point, I'm gonna pull him into the building with me.
I mean, that's fine. I was gonna follow him anyway.
Lil, do you want to come up with like, since I'm gonna be your backup and sort of like in the background, should we come up with like something I should maybe say, like a word that I can say into the sending bracelet to like Sadel, because he makes the most noise. That's like, shoot now, help. Should it just be that?
Parcheesi!
You should probably just say shoot
What?
out now.
What?
Parcheesi! Everything's gone to Parcheesi, and we say this on Balafar all the time.
I've never heard that.
I've been all around this continent. Met a lot of good people. Never once have heard that word.
Oh, cheesy. Alright, I like it.
Right? Like, it's one of those words you're never gonna, like, come up randomly in conversation of, like,
You're never
I'm
going
feeling
to forget
Parcheesi
it.
today.
Yeah.
You know?
So if it goes
if people
really
hear
bad,
it goes to Parcheesi.
yeah. So if it goes really bad, Sadel, I'm gonna say Parcheesi. And
How did you know ancient Tabaxi word of Parcheesi? That's just weird. First kerfuffle, now this.
is that like Parcheesi? Is that like an hors d'oeuvre, like an appetizer?
I don't know. My Gam Gam used to say it, and she just would say it when we were being all, roughhousing and stuff.
Is that
You're
like-
all going to Parcheesi.
Is that like a halfling curse word?
It could be. I don't know.
I like it. All right, Sadel, listen for Parcheesi, and that means help! Oh God, shoot them!
Got it.
I do have to say this out loud, but if someone says, "Oh God, please help," shoot, you also shoot. You don't wait for the word. Just want to put that out there.
Okay, maybe.
I think the only person I don't know, Lucius, what are you gonna be doing while this is happening?
Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna hang out with Star and try to be as inconspicuous as I can.
Sure.
Which, I mean, for a tiefling.
So
I'm gonna be straight up. I know Lucius is hopeless at stealth. I'm planning to cast invisibility on him.
okay, all right.
Probably a good idea.
I'm also gonna say too, because we didn't really talk about it. I'm gonna assume you guys took a short rest when you were in the tavern.
Totally, yeah.
I don't know if you guys are thinking about that, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a short rest.
No, well, when you were back at the tavern, you were planning and stuff. I would count that as a short rest for anything you guys wanted to regain during that time.
But
I was actually gonna say that, but I got really distracted with my Ocean's 11's pun and forgot about
I
it.
think everybody got distracted by puns, and I was gonna punish you for that. But
They call him the Punisher.
Good game, everyone.
Oh boy.
But I decided to be nice and actually give you guys a chance to retroactively, if you spend any hit dice or regain any abilities that you would have during a short rest.
Is Wrath of the Storm a long rest?
Wrath of the Storm is the one you get equal to. That's the reaction, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a.
long rest. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Because the Channel Divinity is a short rest.
Thank you, Rules Whisperer.
So, Sean, with your awesome homebrewed class, Lucius doesn't get anything back from a short rest, spell-wise, right?
Spell slots.
Ooh. I have to reread that then.
Have you played this class before?
No, I haven't. This is a new class, Sean, which you can find where?
I don't know. On DM's good.
I set you up perfectly.
And for all our fun followers out there and our viewers that are watching right now, if you type Soul Stitcher in the chat, it will bring up a link for you.
Only if you type Soul Stitcher, and not if you just type any iteration of that word, because that was getting a little broken.
You changed it from Soul and Stitcher and Soul Stitcher? You son of a...
Because every time somebody was like, anything with the word soul in it.
That's why I did it.
Hey, by the way, it was getting obnoxious. But anyway, yeah, you can hide it in the, so roll any hit dice while we're finishing setting this up. Anybody that needs to, and regain your stuff. The rest of you find your hiding spots. Lil and Den, are the two of you just waiting sort of out front of the building, or where are you guys going to wait for your contacts to arrive?
I'm gonna let Lil choose her spot and then sort of post up very nearby, sort of like I'm keeping an eye out and on her. Close enough to where I could hear a conversation, but...
Yeah, I will be kind of in just past the front, what was the front in one of the little side alleys, and basically leaning against a wall and using my dagger to clean my nails or scrape my teeth, so just look nonplussed.
Which Lil, in this moment, with her full beard and her just gnarly face scar, sitting there cleaning her nails with a dagger, probably looks more like a pirate than anyone in the group.
I do from 15 or 20 feet away. I will use my sending bracelet to just be like, you look so cool right now. So cool.
But you sit there and you wait. Or stand there and you wait. And time passes and the waves lap against the shore, and you can hear some sounds coming from the arena. And there's this one moment where you kind of hear this roar of the crowd hit its apex and then die back down. Something obviously very entertaining happening within its confines. And as you as it hits that point where you start to worry, and that concern that nothing's happening and nobody's here, and you're not sure how long you've waited, but you're pretty sure it's towards the middle of the night at this point. Lil, you hear from you hear from down the walkway that kind of winds around the cove, some sounds of people approaching. A few footsteps, or a few sets of footsteps. Sounds like multiple people making their way your direction. As you watch, you see 3 individuals come walking quietly towards the front of the building. One of them, they turn and they see you for a moment and they stop. The 3 of them are wearing robes. Each one, 2 of them wearing sort of dark brownish robes, very sort of plain looking, made out of some sort of thick cotton or something. Mostly just looks like to obscure themselves a bit. And the one in the center, wearing sort of slate gray, looks to be a little bit finer fabric, maybe like a satin or silk or something. And he has his hood down. He looks like he has sort of light bluish skin, white hair that's sort of spiked a bit and kind of slicked back, and has this sort of shifting nature on like his. There's almost this breeze that seems to be kind of swirling around him as he's standing there, and his hair is kind of moving, even though it's not really matching the wind patterns nearby. You've encountered a few individuals like this. He looks like Genasi.
I was gonna ask if he looked like Captain Windwalker.
Yeah, he does look a little bit. Some different features, but yeah, he looks like an Air Genasi. And his piercing blue eyes sort of scan the area. He sees you, and he sees Den about 20 feet off, looking, kind of keeping a lookout, kind of leaning at. You said you were leaning sort of against the front of the building, while Lil's kind of sitting in the alleyway.
Yeah. But only about 15, 20 feet off. Close enough that if anything happened, I could get to her.
The man steps forward. So are you the one I'm supposed to be meeting here?
Yep.
This is unexpected.
You're late?
I expected more of you.
Well, I expected you to be on time, so what are we doing?
He looks at the other two. You can see both of them look like humans underneath their hoods. They're sort of scanning the area too, looking a little bit shiftier. The man steps forward and says, "Our business doesn't preclude us any pleasantries. What is your name?"
Betty. You?
It is good to meet you, Betty. Jacquin.
Well, that's out of the way. We got business to do.
Yes, I suppose we do. Speaking of such, where is your side of our business that is to be completed here today?
You show me yours. I'll show you mine.
That is not how this works.
Says who?
His smile sort of fades a bit. He says, "It is interesting you don't know the nature of the business we are here to conduct. I believe your captain should have been clear at the terms of our agreement." Yes.
How far away is the exchange going on from me?
Okay, so those of you that are waiting in the shadows, they are sort of at the front of the building, towards the eastern side. So you being in the kitchen, there's a window towards the front, the broken window. They are out that and to the left, probably about 60 feet. Tova and Saddle, the two of you are in that building with the window there. They are in front of essentially the alleyway that is between the building that you guys are in and the tavern. They are at the end of that alleyway, so they are directly down from you and to your left as well from the window that you're looking out of.
I want to try sneak closer, so I'm about 30 feet away.
Okay. So sort of staying in the building, but kind of moving along the interior wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Make a stealth check for me.
That is a 17. With my plus 11.
The 17 almost didn't connect with me, but I was expecting it to remember.
I've been rolling stealth so well lately.
Yeah, you kind of creep along the edges, staying inside. There's a few moments where you kind of floorboard creak underneath your weight, and you shift to best you can, sort of avoid any noises, but nobody outside seems to react, and their conversation continues. You reach a point where kind of this broken wall hits a juncture where it meets the ground, and you can hear them much closer to you now. Lil is just on the other side of this last bit of broken wall here. You're within 30 feet. There is you kind of have to hop over, kind of quickly climb over in order to get within that 30-foot distance. But you're hidden as close as you can get, 30 feet to them.
Okay, yeah. Do I have direct line of sight?
You do, in the sense that there are some like gaps in the wall, and you can see out from those, so you can see them. But you, as far as attacking, you would have to actually like kind of climb up the wall a bit.
No, that's fine. I've got exactly what I want.
Okay. He continues and looks at the other two, who look to be sort of stepping away to either side, getting a little bit more suspicious of you. He says, "This is not the arrangement that we came to. Where are the slaves that we agreed to?" If this is the conclusion of our business, we will happily step away and let your misery crew meet their fate upon the high seas.
I look back at Den.
Go get the slaves.
As you say, I go towards where I know Lucius and Star to be hiding, or the last place I saw them.
Okay. I guess you push your way through or I guess you make your way around the side of the building, and step over kind of the lowest point of the broken wall. At the far corner of the building, you can see from your angle, you can see Star hiding in the mostly intact corner closest to where you are, and Lucius kind of still in the kitchen. Both of them see you enter.
Can I be seen from the outside?
No, not from your current position.
Okay, then I will very quietly. No, I have my sending bracelet. I don't think you have to say anything out loud with sending. I'm gonna read the spell.
Yeah, it's verbal. I'm 90% sure it's verbal.
I just wonder, because the message cantrip specifically says that you whisper. So I'm curious.
Just as you send a short message of 25 words or less. The components for casting the spell are verbal, but it doesn't say whether you have to speak the words. I'm going to say, for the sake of this, that you do have to speak the words to activate your bracelet.
Okay, then never mind.
But you guys are in a position right now where you could have a whispered conversation without people overhearing you, probably.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that I would say something to them on my way over there, but I don't want to be overheard, so I'm not gonna do that. But I am going to get with the two of them and say, they want slaves. If they don't see them, they're gonna walk away. You're up.
Fine. He kind of looks at Star, because Star's like up top, right?
No, Star is at the same level as you.
Okay.
Just further along the wall, closer to where this meeting's happening.
Okay. He looks at him and goes, "Just stay there, because this might be bad." And he shucks out of his leather coat. He strips off his shirt, and I'm guessing because we're adventurers, we have rope somewhere.
I have some.
There you go. And he just turns around and clasps his hands behind his back and goes, "Just make sure I can get out of them, please."
Listen, no one else knows this about me, but I'm just fucking terrible at knots.
You know what? We're having this conversation later.
I will, I'll put my hand on him like I'm like, "Rrr." Like I feel like a slaver would look like.
So, I would like to quickly cast a silent image. I can make a 15-foot cube maximum size. So just as many saves as I can make sticking to that sort of parameter. The spell description says do.
It says that verbatim.
Yeah.
Silent
you can
image.
You create the image of it has to be of an object, a creature, so it has to be one. I can only make one slave then.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'll make it a big slave. I'll make it a Goliath. How about that?
Okay. So
In that vein, I will actually use my vapor puppet to look like Star and have that walk beside us as well. Because he can take on the form of anybody.
yeah.
So I'll use that.
Okay. All right. So big hulking Goliath in chains, white fur tabaxi, hands tied behind his back, same as Lucius, actually there with his hands tied behind his back.
But like really poorly.
You pull the three of them, or you actually pull Lucius. The two others follow.
I cast Warding Bond on Lucius.
Okay.
Before we leave.
And you pull them out from the shadows and down the alleyway. Lil, you see the four of them approaching. The person before you, Jacques, watches as you approach. Again, the smile sort of fading, and he looks over this grouping. This is about 18 short from where we are supposed to be.
We're aware. We're not going to show our entire hand to you just yet. If you'd like to inspect them, they're all of this quality. And I push Lucius forward.
Oh, he eats dirt.
I don't push him on the ground. I just like say, here, look at him.
He knows how slavers work as much as you do. He eats dirt.
I'm sad about it.
Kind of
internally
grinds across the ground. Feel like the pebbles digging in your face. As you sort of pull yourself up a bit on your knees, the man steps forward. Doesn't touch you or anything, but just sort of walks around. Interesting. We never specified a race, so I understand. However, the tiefling may not work well for our...
Don't let him hear you say that. He might bite you. Pointy teeth.
The nature of our business requires procuring individuals that can blend into society. This may not...
You racist piece of shit. Are you saying that I can blend into society?
I kick him.
I'm gonna slap him.
Oh God, Lucius!
I shoot him.
We kill him.
You kick him forward, and Lo just slaps him across the face.
A dagger comes out of nowhere.
Tova's fist just like flies.
He sort of ignores that and looks over towards the hulking Goliath and the tabaxi and says, "No, this one definitely would not work for our purposes, but is an impressive specimen, and begins to walk around the Goliath illusion.
I get the Goliath illusion to move its head as if it's watching him.
Okay. What's your DC? I know it's an investigation check.
Intelligence investigation check. My DC is only 13.
This is what I was waiting on.
He steps up to the Goliath. Looks back towards you, Lil, or Barbara.
Betty.
Betty, sorry. I was
Learn our names.
Learn your fake names. Says, now I believe I have the full picture of things. And he steps through the Goliath.
I tackle him.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
Okay, here we go.
All right, that's cool.
He's mine. We're taking hostages now, guys.
All right.
Oh, jeez Louise.
I'm guessing Didar isn't with us.
No.
No, Didar is not with you. I assume you probably left him behind because he wouldn't be very good in this sort of moment.
We could have used him as a slave, but
Oh, that's what we should have done.
he blends in.
Guys, my real life roll on initiatives are just
I
the
rolled.
saddest news.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
You're not the only one.
Nobody! Internet high five. Yeah.
All right.
Sarah, I love the map background.
Ah, damn it.
That's all Sean.
There
That's
we
not
go.
me.
Oh, yeah, I did the map background.
My natural 20 is still less than Sadel's initiative.
Wow.
And stars.
Yeah, you need to reset the order because I rolled my actual dice, then click the sheet thing to do mine.
Yes, a
Um,
+5 to initiative. So
How did your natural 20 go to 19 though?
Because
did
she
you
has
not-
a
No,
natural-
oh no.
You need to change it on the.
I didn't hit enter.
Tracker.
It's actually a 22.
Okay, cool.
What
I
are
was gonna-
keyboards? How do keyboards
Yeah.
work?
Question, Lucius, what is your dexterity?
A lot. Duh. Well, it's a +1, so it's a 13.
Okay, so that is he'll go ahead of you. All right. That should be everyone. So, Star, is your turn.
I want to use my cloak to misty step next to the Well, I want to use the full 30 of my cloak for the misty step to get near the guy, then run up to him and hit him with my claws.
Okay. Make your attack. Which guy? The one that walked through? Or
the guy who's in charge, Jacques or whatever his name is. Jacques, that's it. I pay attention, honest.
Learn the name, Star.
I was busy hoping my illusion would work. I had advantage on my attack, so I used my cloak's full 30 feet to get to him.
Okay.
Aha, that means I get my sneak attack. That is a doopy-doopy-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What am I using again? 15?
That would hit. However, at that moment that it looks like it's going to connect, there's a shimmering barrier that forms between you and this mage. You look sort of caught off guard as you approach. He throws up a hand, and this shimmering barrier deflects your attack.
Oh, fair enough. I noticed my cloak's my bonus action, so that's my turn then.
Okay. Deflects your blow, and he's looking at you, sort of caught on his back foot a bit. You having just popped out of nowhere and attacked him. Now seeing two of you, actually, with the other star close behind. That'll be Sadel's turn.
I haven't heard Parcheesi yet. So I'm going to hold my action
Until
until I hear Parcheesi. Or until something very clearly causes me to shoot.
Okay.
And Sean, you said
teleporting in and trying to.
And you said using the bracelets is an action, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so Saddle, you hold your turn. You see some sort of commotion happen on the other side of this illusion. You're not quite sure at this moment, given everything that's happening, what's going on. So you're readying yourself here. Den, is your turn.
Do I know about how far away Saddle and Tova are?
Yeah, they're about 30 feet that direction, peeking out through a window.
Great. I scream Parcheesi.
I shoot somebody. Just any of them. Just pick one. I don't want to. Obviously, don't want to shoot the guy that she's tackled. So
yeah, there's a big commotion kind of going around. I'd say the one that is Stars attacking has a little bit of cover right now because there's the big Goliath illusion, and then a bunch of people kind of gather around him. And then you've got two others that are kind of flanking out to the side that are beginning to react but are moving a bit slower.
Okay, so yeah, I'll shoot the one that has not been attacked yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to cover my ears.
26.
Yep.
16 piercing, 13 thunder.
Oh, man. I hate you so much.
It's never not shocking.
What? Yeah, it's never like a surprise when he's like, oh, 16 and 13. It's just one of those, why?
Yeah. So there's this explosion from the second story of this house as you watch one of the hooded figures just take some force to their shoulder and just be spun in place, landing on their knee on the ground, just barely holding themselves up, and coughing, like spewing blood onto the cobblestone streets. They're pretty messed up from that one shot. So that's your held action. Den, it is your turn.
I said I was gonna tackle the Genasi guy, so I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna tackle him and try to take him hostage, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check.
All right, I'm good at those. I'm really good at those.
He'll make a...
I rolled a 25.
Fails. Couldn't beat that. Yeah, you just lock your yourself. Are you tackling him to the ground, or are you just holding him?
Both?
Okay.
I mean, I want to full on like form tackle him and like drive him into the ground, but I want to make sure like I'm on top of him, like he can't get anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, so you tackle him, slam him down on the ground. He's facing out, kind of at that moment. The barrier, for some reason, not affecting his ability to be pushed around, but can't be hit. You push him to the ground, holding him there. He is effectively pinned to the ground, facing up at you, kind of going like, this is rather inconvenient. Anything else? Or that's your action.
That's my action. Oh man, I didn't think past that. I'll use my bonus action. I'll use my last 2nd level spell to cast a spiritual weapon. Just for backup.
Are you attacking somebody with it, or
do I have to attack with it?
No, I'd say you could just form it.
I'm just gonna cast it, and I'm gonna cast it sort of between me and the Genasi and whatever, like whoever, one of his allies that's like close to us, just like kind of impose it between us and him, but it won't attack.
All right. You form it, the spiritual weapon forming itself between a sort of a defensive barrier, hovering in the air. You see the two others kind of hesitating a bit, seeing it. That's going to bring it to.
We haven't.
Okay.
I was going to say we haven't said what my spiritual weapon looked like in a really long time, so I just want to point out that it's just a huge hammer. It's like a huge war hammer with like crackling sort of electricity all around it, like Thor style.
Okay.
I just love it.
Cool.
You form your sparking electrical hammer in the middle air. It's sort of hovering there, bolts of lightning kind of arcing off towards the ground as it's levitating in place for preparing itself to attack. That's going to bring it to Jacquin's turn, who's looking at you and kind of, you will regret attacking the Cryptori. And he looks at you and past you, and in that moment there is kind of a and he disappears in a puff of mist, and then poof, you see on top of the building that Sadel and Tova are currently in, about 30 feet up, 20 feet up, on the second roof of the second story. He lands there, sort of straightens himself up. Yeah. What now? And he is going to point down towards he's going to point towards the one that attacked him first. So Star, he's going to try to attack you.
What was the word that he said?
Cryptori. He points down your direction, Star, and is going to send a ray of frost, for lack of a better description, to that spell. Ooh, okay. That is a 25.
That'll hit.
That is 13 points of cold damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, just a little baby cantrip. And he is going to use his movement to just sort of step back from the edge of the roof, out of sight. Lucius, it is your turn.
Ooh. So main guy has disappeared from my sight, so just the two other guys are there?
Yeah, you see the two other hooded figures, one of them looking pretty messed up, the other one that also, for the sake of this, I assume you're not wearing your armor.
No. So
Okay.
my AC is 12 at this point.
Okay.
I've already moved all of that on my sheet and everything.
Cool.
So Vapor Puppet is going to turn to the down guy and just put him out of his misery by shooting him in the face.
Okay.
Or he's going to try. Let's just put it that way. So, like, RP-wise, does what we assume looks like Star just pull, like, a shadowy gun?
When he starts to attack, I think it actually drops. Okay. So it's actually funny. At that moment, you see this bound Star look over towards the one on the ground, and just this black coloring begins to take his white fur as his mouth twists up, his eyes go this from green to this vibrant. Are yours green? Everybody's eyes in this party are green. No, yours are blue.
Blue.
So blue kind of morphs into this twisted green color as it the vampiric form of your vapor puppet takes effect, pulls out a pistol and aims it down at the aims it at the mage.
Well, why didn't it do the thing? Condensed weapon. There we go.
It attacked.
Oh.
It came up once before, but either way, it still misses.
Cool. Never mind. So that didn't work. Star is just probably just going to try and... I mean, not Star. Jeez. Lou is going to try and just rend the other guy.
Okay.
12 probably doesn't hit either.
That also misses.
Damn it.
That will put it to Tova's turn as Lucius. Vapor Puppet takes a shot. Lucius attempts to send out that surge of rending energy at the other one who, again, kind of throws up, not really casting a spell, but kind of throwing up that arcane barrier to protect himself in that moment. For flavor.
Okay, so would I have heard the guy transport to be on the roof? Like, would I hear him like thunk onto the roof kind of thing? Or
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, both of you kind of hear kind of a on the roof above you, and then you hear somebody running across the roof, kind of out of sight.
Okay, I'm gonna take Long Fang and I'm gonna like, what am I gonna do? Sort of, I want to get onto the roof. So if I'm like sort of using it as like a climbing, like
Okay.
kind of like get up there.
Yeah.
The roof.
Yeah. What's your movement speed again? It's like 40 feet, isn't it?
45.
45. Okay. Yeah. You could definitely.
fast.
You kind of. You take Long Fang, kind of. You throw it up like a grappling hook almost. It
Yeah, there you
hooks
go.
on top of the roof, and then you sort of run along the wall, up the side, and then landing, twisting in the air and landing on your feet, yanking Long Claw to you again. I'd say that takes you a little bit of extra movement, probably 20 feet of movement to get up onto the roof there, and you can see the mage Jachin standing over there. She's a little bit surprised at your sudden appearance.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a key point to Step of the Wind, dash over to him.
Okay. You dash across over in his direction.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to restrain him with Long Fang.
Okay. So make your attack.
18.
18 will miss because the effects of the shield are still. Oh no! It's not still up, but he's going to cast it again.
Okay. Like
okay. A shield as his reaction, casting the shield spell to block Long Fang as it just clips off the edge of this barrier.
Okay. All right, and then I call it back to me, and then I'm just like ready for whatever he's gonna throw at me because that's my turn.
All right. That will put it to the mage's turns. They are going to. All right. The one mage that is like really beat up at this point is going to mutter under his breath for a moment, and he casts something on himself. At which point he begins to hover a bit off the ground, and then just flies like 40 feet in the air to try to get out of sight. Yes. You're doing that.
I'm looking something up. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh God! Hold on. I don't know.
Guys, I think he might try to counter spell.
Doing research.
The counter spell, because I can see him doing this, right?
Yeah. So you can counter.
Oh yeah, I tried to counter spell at 4th level.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So he begins to cast a spell on himself. As he begins to take off, suddenly there's like this weight of gravity that begins to kind of pulls him back towards the ground. He lands.
For flavor, with the vapor puppet in his weird, creepy Cheshire Cat form, and Lou, basically very similar, looks at him and goes, "Who said you could go anywhere?"
All right. In which case, he is going to just use his full movement speed to run 30 feet the other direction, and just kind of takes off a bit down, just kind of getting away from the center of the combat here. Which point the other one, who's unscathed, goes, oh, shit, and points to the center grouping of your group, and you see this bead of red energy go streaking towards the center where Den, Lil, Star, and Lucius are standing, and there is an explosion of flame that just engulfs the vicinity. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws.
Add something. Hold on.
Rose is super good at.
We have a paladin. She's got numbers.
Add 4 to it. Add 4 to it.
And don't I add another 1 because I'm close to you, Din, with your warding bond?
I don't know. Learn my spells, Kyle. Jeez.
Wow, learn your
I'm looking. A +1 to AC and saving throws for you.
Cool.
Am I included in this? Do I make a saving throw?
No, Tova and Saddle are safely out of distance.
So with Lil's bonus, 34.
How much is it? How much is it, Sarah?
4.
Oh, that's higher than I rolled on the dice.
32 then, sorry.
Oh gosh. Okay, I got a 14, Sean.
I rolled a 9.
I broke reality.
I don't want to say what I wrote because I rolled because it's so bad.
What'd you roll?
But please, let
All
us
together with the +5, I rolled a 9.
Okay, so Lil actually succeeds, and the and Star does obviously as well. The other two of you fail on it. So now the half damage from magic, is that in effect?
Yep,
Okay.
it's still within the 10 feet of me.
Okay, just want to make sure. So everybody's going to take. I'm just going to give you guys what the half damage would be, and then we'll half it from there. So. Okay. Actually, this is going to be pretty shitty. So, to those of you that failed, it's going to be 10 points of fire damage. To those of you that succeeded on the check, it's going to be 5 points of fire damage.
Okay,
And
so 5 for me.
No. It grants you resistance to spell. It doesn't stack. You
But I succeeded, you said.
No,
right?
no. Sorry, I'm answering two people's questions at once.
Sorry, okay.
Lil, you succeed, you take 5. Star, you take nothing, right? Because you're a rogue.
Lucius takes half.
Den, you take 10 for the half damage because you failed.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius, you take. I don't think you don't get fire resistance. I'm trying to think if you get fire resistance and spell resistance.
It's all damage. Her warding bond is half of all damage.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also within
the warding bond as well gives you resistance to damage.
So do I just take no damage?
Because you're also a tiefling. No. It doesn't one damage. Keep halving. You only get the resistance so many times.
I think he only takes 1 point of damage from this.
No. Like I said, you don't just keep getting resistances. So the warding bond gives you resistance to all damage, correct?
Yes, but I'm a tiefling and it's fire, so I have resistance.
You have resistance
already.
to all damage. You don't get double resistance.
Okay, so
that makes
I
sense.
So
essentially the warding bond is giving you resistance to everything, which is just superseding your tiefling ability to take resistance to fire, if that makes sense.
But I take I take the other half of his damage.
So you take
I take 15.
Cool. Wow, that's a lot of math.
That was so hard.
Yeah, the way the resistances work, I'm just trying to decide if the spell resistance and the... We're going with that. We're going to stick with that for right now. Holy crap. Got complicated.
Rules.
we should just start making a spreadsheet for situations like this.
No,
We'll
I think
go over
you're
this
right
later.
though, Sean, because I do think my resistance to all spell damage, since he's resistant to fire damage, they are one and the same. They don't
the same
stack.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, they don't stack.
Yours is just more specific to spells.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that he's getting to double it twice. Otherwise, it'd end up being like half a point of damage, and that's just ridiculous.
I mean, I'll take the 1 point of damage. That's fine.
Nope. I like damaging you guys too much. Lil, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, now I'm annoyed. So I'm gonna forcefully stomp up to the mage that's right in front of us that just firebolted the crap out of us, or fireballed the crap out of us. Grab the front of his shirt or her shirt and pull her down and say, "You're gonna tell me..." Oops, I should do this in Lil's voice.
"You're gonna tell me what the hell we want to know. Otherwise, one of you's gonna get shot in the face again."
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Oh,
Because of
goody.
your scar.
Hey, that scar finally coming into play.
And I just got burned in the face.
Yeah.
Okay, 12. It's not great, but it's not horrible. Intimidate. 16.
Okay. The mage gets pulled down your direction. She's looking down at you as you're yelling up in her face for spittle flying out from your beard. Just roaring and up at this person. She goes, I don't. She's scared by you right now. You gather it might take a little more than the time you've got in this like brief moment to like formulate the answer to your questions, but it definitely had an impact on her.
Okay, I am. Okay, well, that was kind of my action, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to the front of their shirt so that they are in melee with me, and if at all possible, like basically start to maybe grip the back of their arm, or take their arm and try and get the arm around their back and like spin them around and face towards the other person.
Yeah, I mean, she
bad dude.
Yeah, she's frightened by. I mean, yeah, she's doing whatever you say. She's scared as crap of you right now. So, yeah, she is moving at your will. So you kind of rip her around, interposing between the two of you. The mage between you and Jacques and Hagar above you.
Yep.
Just not his name.
Jafar. No, Bouquet in chat said Jafar, and I'm totally with her on Jafar.
And heck, Sean just said Jack and Hagar. That's canon. It
No,
comes from the DM.
you guys will find out his last name soon. Start.
It's Hagar. Duh.
So, move, bonus action to dash as a row, to backtree rather. I haven't moved combat, so all my movement speed is doubled. So I basically have 120 feet of movement. I have 20-foot climbing speed. Can I climb the building and get to the edge? And I'll see.
Yeah, I'd say sure.
It's 30 feet to the building. Then
you say using bonus action to use your
bonus action to dash because I've got to climb the building.
Yeah, so you can scale up and crawl over, and yeah, you can make it there with your crazy movement.
Booyah to backseat, and I'm taking another swipe at him with the claw.
Okay.
I threw my dice on the floor. I'll roll a different one. That is a big number. Hooray! That is a 19.
19. All right. That will. Well, no, that's gonna miss because he's got a 20 right now with his the shield up.
Fine.
Yeah, because he hasn't had his turn yet. So you come striking out with your claw, hitting that arcane barrier that is formed to deflect Long Fang, which has disrupted the your attack at that moment.
I will just look at him, say to him, "You can't escape," and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Sadel, it is your turn.
Who can I see from here?
You can see the mage that is just beginning to run out of sight, the one that you shot before, running away, bleeding. You see the one that Lil is currently holding like a human shield between her and the mage that you can't see on the roof. But you can hear three people kind of running around up there.
Okay, I guess I guess I'll just shoot the one that's running away.
Okay. You realize I'm
No
doing everything I
mercy.
can to keep people out of your line of sight at this point in our game. Just kidding. They don't know that.
Well, now that you say that, I wouldn't be able to do anything on this turn. I will cast. I'm gonna cast Spider Climb on myself and just walk up the outside of this building onto the roof.
Okay. You cast Spider Climb and just begin to walk up the side onto the roof as you all see Saddle like a vampire rising up from the side of the side where the wall meets the edge of the roof. Just takes a step up and is looking dead at Jacques in front of you. All right.
But since that was my action, I can't shoot him.
Yeah. Use your bonus action to reload.
So I will just throw up my shield.
Oh, that's right. You got that. Just in case you need more AC.
Yeah, I figured I'll just give myself some more AC.
Yeah. Your shield begins to hover around you. Okay. Dan, it's your turn.
So am I laying on the ground?
You're like half on the ground. Yeah. I mean, you did sort of tackle on the ground. I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
You're laying on the ground right now.
All right, cool. I stand up using half my movement.
That's moving.
I have my spiritual weapon handy. Can I hit someone with it? I want to hit someone with it.
You can hit the one that Lil is holding. I'd say you could probably catch it up to the one that's running away.
Great! I use my bonus action to send my spiritual weapon over there and just whack right in the back.
Okay. It goes kind of this lightning coming off of it. He's running. He's looking behind him. He sees the spiritual weapon catching up to him.
Oh, it's not good. It's not good. 10.
No, 10 misses.
Dang it!
Arcs through the air. He goes, ah! And ducks out of the way of it.
Darn.
Just barely missing.
Ah.
But it's on his tail.
It's chasing him. I'll use my action. Man, everyone ran away from me. Can I see Jockin up on the roof?
From the angle you're at now, no. Because he's moved like onto the roof.
So I don't. Do I know that he's up there?
Yes, you do know he's up there.
I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna use one of my third level spells and cast Call Lightning over us, and I'm gonna try because I saw him poof up there and then run away. And I'm gonna try to bring down a lightning bolt on him. Can I do that? He said, Googling.
Just checking. It does say you have to call it down on a point you can see within range. I'll allow you to bring it down somewhere on the roof, but it's gonna be entirely random.
I don't even get like a...
You have
like
a general, you know he's on the roof. You don't
Ah.
have any way of knowing where he is on the
Okay,
roof.
well, I know Saddle is up there, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. I'd say you can do it. It's just going to be dangerous to people up there.
Instead, because I don't want to zap Saddle. No, I know what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, I have things I can do that I'm not even thinking about. I'm gonna activate my ring and I'm gonna friggin' fly in the air.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could fly in the air. You could, it's your movements. Well,
I use half my movement to get up, so I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to just fly straight up.
Okay, I'd say you go 15 feet up. Yeah, you can. You're not quite even with the roof, the top of the roof right now, but you can see people up there at that
I
point.
can fly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cast Call Lightning and I'm just gonna zap his ass.
Zap his ass.
Yeah. It's a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
On his part. I'm gonna assume there are no storm clouds in the sky.
Not tonight.
There never are. DC 16.
Yeah. I was considering something else, though.
Should I stop rolling?
No, he's already used his reaction. Never mind. He will make his he'll make his saving throw. There was a reason why I couldn't do it. I knew why I couldn't do it, and that was why. That's a fail.
Roll 13 lightning damage.
Nice.
And I have something else I can do. Oh my god, I have so many abilities. Oh, it's no. It's Thunderbolt Strike, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want him to be farther away.
Okay. Yeah.
Just on the basis of Cool Lightning, the spell description just say each creature within 5 feet of that point must make the dex save.
I would allow Den, if she chose to not call down directly on him if she wanted to, but that is...
I've done that in literally every fight that we've ever had.
So I just wanted to...
No, I generally, since I literally just like 2 minutes ago was like, I don't want to hit Sad-El. I feel like I'm not hitting the rest of my friends.
I don't want to hit Sad-El. Fuck Star.
Yeah. No, I will...
With his metallic
I will allot for Star's presence because I love him.
Well, it's not like you've accidentally struck me with lightning before or ever.
It's not my fault Den doesn't know how science works. But I know how the spells work. No, I will, if I can not hit my buddies, I will not hit them.
Okay. So next, it is Jacquin's turn. As you attempt to strike him, Star, he's kind of stumbling backwards. This bolt of lightning strikes down straight on top of him. You see him shake that off. His air genasi nature sort of being just kind of roiled up with this the changing elements around, and you see this kind of, you feel that wind that's surrounding him begin to pick up. He goes, or he looks at all you, kind of sneering. He says, "This is not where Jacquin Frostheim falls." And he holds out a hand, and you feel the ground underneath you begin to shake as suddenly a wall of ice forms directly under you. One panel of this wall of ice forms directly under you, Star, and then it begins to snake its way around, and I think with the 10 feet panels, he's going to get Star, Tova, Sad-El. It's going to snake its way down the side of the wall as they get one other person on the ground.
I'm the only one left on the ground, I think. Well, oh no,
Lucius is there.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it depends on how tall they are because I'm only 15 feet up.
Oh no, he can get both people on the ground, I think, with this. So I think it's gonna be everyone but Tova, because you're, or not Tova, Den, because you're 15 feet in the air. I need everyone to make a. I think it's a dexterity saving throw, but let me just check. Dexterity saving throw.
Is Lou still within my 10 feet?
Okay.
Lucius is the only one still within your 10 feet.
Sweet. Okay.
19. No, that's 23. Not 19. Sorry, I did the math wrong. That was 21, not 19. I can count.
That's a little bit better. You got a 16.
13.
Okay. That is an 8 for me. But
all right. Oh, you
evasion, I only take half.
Okay, so you take half. Okay, so who rolled above a 15 or higher? So 3 of you. All right. So Star, you take nothing. Lil, you're taking half. No, we'll just do the people that took full damage. So Star, you take nothing. Sadel, you take 42 points of cold damage. That'll be half to Tova, so 21. Lil, you take 10 because you succeeded, and then half of the spell damage, and then because the warding bond, you take 5, and Den takes the extra 5 that you would have. So Den takes 5 damage.
Actually, I have a really nitpicky question.
Yeah.
Is this cold damage?
Shit, it is cold damage.
I'm resistant to cold damage. So do I take half of the damage that I would have taken?
Resistances. No resistances in the next game. Yeah, because you take the additional damage. You take 2 points of cold damage.
Thank you.
Man. Like I said, or like someone said, we need a spreadsheet for the next.
Some of us are paying attention.
All right.
I love how he's like, fire. Well, fucking resistance. I'm just gonna go cold. Shit, someone else has resistance.
I live in the water, yo!
And yet you don't have dark vision.
Oh, that it can see. The dude that you're holding also has to make a saving throw against it too. Well, he succeeds. She succeeds. And I assume she's not getting the benefit of your resistance, so that's 21. Okay.
Oh, definitely. If I can choose that they're non-friendly, she ain't getting crap.
Now there is this big sort of wall on top of, made out of ice on top of this building that is now sort of snaking its way down in the direction of the ground where some of you are still at. And none of you can see him because the wall interposed itself between Star and Jockin. And he's going to move, and that's the end of his turn. Lucius.
The dude running away, how far away is he?
Not too far, like 25 or 30 feet.
Cool, so I'm going to rend him and shoot him at the same time.
Sure. Yeah, make it 2 attacks.
23.
Hits.
7 slashing.
All right.
2d10 damage, guys. 2d10 damage, and still can't roll anything higher. And then he's going to shoot him with the 24.
Hits.
6 points of damage.
All right, and as he ducks out of the way of the spiritual weapon, both shots and the rending spell connect, and he just hits the ground like a ton of potatoes. It's a new thing that I'm saying. Yeah, he's gone. Big ol' X. Are you moving or anything, or is it the end of your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Well, how close is Lil to me?
Within 10 feet, because you got the bonus from her, so.
Cool. So I'm going to move closer to Lil because I assume she's still like holding on to that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna get a little bit closer to Lil.
Okay. That'll put it to Tova's turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, how tall is the ice? And is it like completely encircling him?
Yeah, the ice is it's not completely circling, but it's like blocking the corner of the roof that you guys are on is now sort of blocked off with this wall of ice that then sort of wraps its way down the side of the wall. As far as I think they're 10 feet tall.
10 feet.
Yeah, 10-foot square panel. So yeah, they're 10 feet tall.
Okay. I don't know how to figure out how high I can jump. What are the rules for that?
I don't remember the exact rules.
Okay.
I think
I don't have my book with me, so I can't look it up.
Yeah, what's your strength modifier?
Plus 2.
I've got it here. High jump is 3 plus your strength modifier. Is the number of feet.
So I jump 5 feet.
You can jump 5 feet straight up. And you're 5 feet tall?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you jumped your full distance up, you could grab onto the top of the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take a step back and then run and jump and try to climb up again using Longfang as a climbing pickaxe.
Okay. You scale the wall using Longfang to hoist yourself up over the top. You go. I'd say you using your. I'm trying to decide on movement speed. I'm going to say use your entire movement to get to the other side of the wall. But you're able to pull yourself up and then leap over it. You land on the other side. You can see Jochen running about 30 feet away from you. But he is, that's your normal movement speed. So you can do anything else you need to.
Okay, but he's trying to escape. He hasn't,
Looks like it,
dissipated or something. Okay. Well, I'm going to bonus action. Step of the wind, get closer to him, and I'm gonna try to hit him again with Longfang.
All right, yeah, make your attack with Longfang. I think I forgot last time you have extra attacks, so you can make 2 attacks with Longfang. Oh,
I do. I made this little diagram to know how many attacks I have, and I wasn't looking at it. Okay, 11.
11 will miss.
Will miss. Okay, well then I'm gonna try again. 24.
24 hits.
Okay, and he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 20.
20. Okay. I think he makes it, so he isn't restrained, but he still takes damage.
He still takes damage, yeah.
Yeah, so 12 bludgeoning damage.
Pretty good. All right. So you spin the weighted end of the chain in the air, strike out towards Jacques and Frostheim, who is able to snake his way out of the magical kind of restraining coils of the chain, but takes that initial impact of the weighted element that just sort of smacks him upside the head. And he is started to take a bit of damage there. So that ends your turn, though, I think, with your all of your actions, bonus actions. Awesome. But you're right up on him right now. That'll put it to the last remaining mage's turn, who's just surrendered at this point, especially after taking that attack. I'd say she kind of gets thrown out of your grasp at this point, but she's still just staying there, not moving, terrified of you, now seeing her ally that has attacked her, recognizing this magic, and is just staying there, hands up, frozen. No pun intended. Lilibet.
I grab for her again.
Okay.
You're on your own. And you have a choice. You could either start telling me what you were bringing to the table, or you will suffer the fate of your friend. And I hit very, very hard.
She just begins to stammer. She says, I'll tell you anything you need to know. Is this really the best time? I don't want to get, can we move further away? I don't know. And you look at her, she's covered in frost right now, and is she's looking really rough after taking that one impact, and is now really panicking. She's about to get killed here trying to tell you the information that you're seeking. That's about all she can say in 6 seconds.
Okay. And I can't see them with they're all up on there and
No, you just see these massive ice walls that have formed at the edge and have kind of protruded all the way down the wall.
Can I mean, I know I don't really have her grappled, but can I move towards the wall of the building that they're all standing up so that they have to like come and look over the wall if they're going to try and see us?
Yeah, that's fine.
And then, like, I don't know, entice her to come with me or just drag her shirt.
Yeah. She doesn't resist, so
okay.
Pull her along.
Yeah.
All right. Out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Awesome. Star, back to the top of the round with you.
So, move and dash again, because I think I'll need to do this to climb up the ice wall, move over it, run up to catch up to the wizard again.
All right.
Told him he couldn't get away. What spells have I got? Let's just double check this. I can't use any of those. I'm going to try for the magic claw again.
Okay.
Tova's within 5 feet of him as well, right, currently? Because
Tova
she gave chase?
Yeah. Tova's within melee of him.
Cool. Come on. Yes. 26 to hit.
Yeah. 26 hits.
So I get my sneak attack. 8. Plus 8 is 16. Plus another 8 is 24. 29 points of slashing damage.
Man. That is a lot of slashing damage. Hold on, I had to check something quick because I forgot to do this. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Takes that full amount and is you slash at the front of his robes or tearing open. You see this massive trails of blood behind, and it takes a very heavy impact from that and kind of steps back, clutching at his chest. This damn cat.
I'll end my turn with that.
All right. Sadel, it is your turn. Standing at the edge of the wall here, or standing at the top of the building now with a bunch of ice walls between you and the mage.
Yeah, I gotta make a concentration check for spider climb.
You do.
Since I almost died.
I think the DC is 21.
Where is it?
It's the Constitution saving throw.
There it is. Sorry. No, I knew it was Constitution saving throw. I just kept reading the saving throws. And
Strength saving throw. Strength saving throw.
I was like, strength, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, over and over again. I was like, where is Constitution? 23.
How tired are you?
Very.
Well, you succeed. I don't know how, but you succeed on the saving throw.
Cool. So are these ice walls gonna hurt if I touch them? I want to run up it.
Don't know till you try.
Is it cold enough where as I get closer, it's gonna be yeah, that's gonna hurt?
It gets colder as you get closer. It doesn't seem like it's gonna hurt that, and it's gonna hurt you by touching it.
Cool. I'm gonna spider climb up the wall.
Okay. You go walking up the wall, kind of slip for a second, and then you go. They catch hold, being arcane powered boots. You reach the top of the wall. You look out, and you can see Star, Tova, and Jaqen Frostheim currently engaged in combat.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Go ahead and shoot him.
27.
If you could roll below a 20 just once, that misses.
I think he has like twice in the whole 32 episodes.
Wait.
No reason. I'm just saying it misses.
Okay, well then for no reason I'm gonna do damage. 15 piercing, 11 thunder.
God, I friggin' hate you. That hits.
You made the class.
I did not make this class.
Oh,
no.
you didn't make the class? Okay.
Nope.
No. This is Wizards of the Coast. No, I mean, it's all.
Damn you, Chris Perkins! Just kidding, we
broken
love
as
you.
Yeah, you. How do you want to kill him?
I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
I just want to maim or seriously injure.
Okay, you maim him. The bullet strikes.
Like take out his knee or something.
Okay. The bullet strikes his leg, and just his knee just explodes, and he goes screaming out in pain, falling to the ground, just kind of rocking back and forth, just going. Just endlessly. No, he's like yelling at that point, and nobody's a threat to you guys at this point. So I'm going to say that ends combat. No.
Lil, dude, you have this, right?
Yeah, I got
Cool.
this under control. And it's Betty!
I'll be back. And he just walks off to get his armor.
I'm still flying, right? Doesn't that... It's like 30-minute intervals or something?
Yeah, no, you're still good. You got time. I was trying to remember. Yeah, you're good.
I need to... It was gonna come up on my turn, which I guess isn't gonna happen. I need to make a concentration check for Call Lightning.
Yeah,
Because
go
I
ahead.
took 2 damage, which I'd be very upset about if I fail.
Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh. I feel like my con save is pretty high. Oh, well, on the dice I rolled a 6, and my con save is a +4, so 10.
All right, and you succeed.
I'm gonna fly over towards Jock and Frostheim.
All right.
Very threateningly, with like lightning and just drama everywhere.
I want to latch the claw onto him, then start tying him up with the chain.
All right. As you all converge on him, we're going to go and take a break. And we will pick up with the interrogation upon our return. Sound good?
What are we,
All right.
10 minutes-ish?
Yeah. Ish.
See you in 15, folks.
See you in 15,
We'll be
guys.
back in a few minutes.
Yeah. We'll be back in 10-ish minutes. Welcome back, Internet. I don't even know what to say. Everyone spent the last 10 minutes trying to prove that they can do the most grating Scottish accents. Yeah. And I'm sure
You're
that people...
super muted, Dylan.
Yeah.
And yet I could hear him
Through my mic.
through your mic.
But yeah, anyway, this is what we do. Getting back to the game, you've all you've killed one of the mages. Lil has frightened and captured another, and Jaqen Frostheim has been incapacitated, as he is now all but missing one of his legs.
Whoops.
Good job, Dad.
Sorry, not sorry.
Do you really feel bad about that? I don't think you do.
A little bit. Sad Elf kind of does feel bad about that because, you know, he's got a jank knee, so he can only imagine.
He can only imagine.
You can remember the pain of when that happened to your knee.
Yeah, I used to be an adventurer like him.
Yeah. Not going there. Anyway, so Star, you begin to tie up Jaqen the best you can. He's sort of struggling against you, barely kind of in and out of consciousness. He like comes to consciousness, screams for a bit in pain as he realizes the searing pain in his leg, and then falls unconscious again. So you
my dramatic flying lightning routine isn't like he's not even watching.
No, he's unconscious, but kind of on and off.
I just look up. Oh, hi Dan.
Damn it.
Go back to tying him up.
And yeah, as Den, you're like in the air, full on storm, lightning cracking down from the sky, and no one's watching you.
I mean,
No, Tova's watching, and she's like,
Okay.
can Lou see
Yes.
where she is? Because she.
Thank you, Tova.
Yeah.
I'm used to this. I've seen it all before.
You just hear a slow clap from down below.
Are you not entertained?
No, not at all. I've seen this hundreds of times. Don't smite me, oh powerful. What? I'm gonna go over there now.
Alright. I'll fly down to the roof though with Star tying him up and be there as backup, which I usually am.
Do you mind healing his leg, but really badly so he can't run away? I just don't want to hear him scream much more.
Yeah, alright. You insist.
I mean, you don't have to heal it properly. I mean, just so he stopped screaming.
I mean, do we have to actually heal it? Can't we just like?
I am
It's sort
using
of like-
heal very loosely here.
It's
Just-
sort of like my job. I'll do a little level 1 cure wounds just to, if I can. I'm just always, Den is more of like a field medic than like a real like serious healer, but I feel like if I can like set his leg, maybe so if it heals it'll heal properly, and just do like a very minor like level 1 cure wounds.
I don't want his leg set properly.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
You're a doctor.
Regardless, he's not walking on that leg.
No, I mean it's never gonna be what it was, but I wanna set it at least so, and heal it just enough so when he wakes up it's like a bearable amount of pain, so he can stay awake and talk to us is essentially what I'm going for. I don't want him to wake up and be in so much pain from this like twisted leg that he's just gonna pass out again.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. The as you are you approach, hovering down from the sky, the lightning beginning to dissipate a bit. You land next to the unconscious body, sort of seizing a bit at this point. You kneel down, grip onto his leg, and at the same time as you send that surge of healing electricity through his body, you
It's gonna hurt.
you pull on the broken leg to snap the bone back into position.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, and as this happens, he wakes up with a start, lets out another kind of horrible scream, but the combination of the healing and the setting of the bone, he wakes up with,
I look him right in the face and I say, "You'll walk. Not well, but you'll walk. But first..."
What is wrong with you people?
"But first, you'll talk."
I told you wouldn't get away.
You will all die here. The Cryptori will see all of you to your deaths.
I'm looking at Star like, oh my god.
Can I just zap him a little more, just a tiny bit?
Can certainly try. Do you zap him more? Oh, Dan, roll your first level cure wounds. You never rolled the.
Oh, sorry. 1d8?
Plus.
Oh, that's 6 plus 5, so math, 11.
11.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm gonna hold off on the extra zappies for now.
Okay.
I've got knives and claws if I need to hurt him as well.
Okay.
And I think I have like one. He saw me like zap him and stuff. I still have like one hand on his leg. I'm not putting any pressure on it, but it's there.
And he's still looking down and like, what do you want?
I want to know what you know.
What I know is much more than you. And that is all I'm going to say.
Congratulations, you know more than me. That's why I'm asking questions, you piece of shit. Tell me what you know, tell me why you're here, or I'll make sure your leg isn't connected to your body anymore.
Make an intimidation check. I'll give you advantage. For leg.
Leg advantage.
He's giving you a leg up on things.
Oh man, okay, I rolled a 15 and a 16, so 16 plus... 1, 17.
Nice.
The DC was going to be a 15, then Star made the pun, so I moved it up to a 20. So, no. That's pretty good. He kind of says, the Cryptori are your masters if you have stepped foot upon this island. That is what we are.
Right, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific, and I grab his knee real tight.
When she does that, Lou, who has probably been looming behind him, just grabs onto the side of his face and uses Detect Thoughts. And he's he is basically going as deep as he can, so he needs to make the Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'm just sitting off to one side with the chains still attached to them, just like flipping one of my daggers in the air.
Well, damn. That's only a 9.
Yeah, my DC was like 14.
Yeah. I had assumed that failed.
Yeah.
Okay, put up the...
I gotcha.
The Detect Thoughts.
So many things are open on my computer.
Sean, I just want to make sure. I'm still down on the ground with Itzelby, right?
Yeah, I guess you're
Okay.
alone on the ground if Lucius came up to the roof.
Okay.
Sorry, Lil.
It's okay. I have things, pretty much I'm going to ask her some things, which you may or may not already give to them. So, just heads up.
Okay.
Bracelet us.
as Den, you're asking him, what was the last question you stated? Just repeat it for me one more time.
I essentially... Well, no, I want to know who the Cryptori are in detail.
Okay. Lucius, your consciousness enters the mind of this man before you, and you feel a strong resistance. This is a very intelligent and arcane trained individual, but in that moment, with the pain in his leg and the people bearing down on him right now, you are able to kind of slip through the cracks and glean a bit of what is going on in his mind. And as the question is asked, it does naturally shape his thoughts towards the these images that you see. You see hooded figures like himself. Arcane practitioners. You get the sense of mages. You see a tunnel, the entrance to which looks like it's in the city. You sense the urge to protect it, to protect its location. You get the sense that these people are strong, that they could pose a threat, meaning directed at you and your group. Then it sort of flashes to another scene. This one, you're not quite sure where it is. You see people like himself gathered in a darkened room. You see somebody else in that room speaking to them. A shimmering, sort of illusory figure wearing a very wide-brimmed hat, sort of tilted to one side, face obscured in darkness, wearing sort of ragged brown and tan leathers and robes. This illusory figure is speaking to them, giving them orders. This is you seeing it from his perspective. You see leader, master, and you hear a name, the magician. And that's the last bit. You're sort of kicked out of that vision, as he is able to cast you out of his mind at that moment, and he looks back at you, sensing that intrusion. He says, no. All of you will die here.
So, again, and I have to stress this fact, the glowing fire eyes are still like there, right? That's a constant thing for Lucius now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more so you no longer have the it's no longer irises and pupil. It's just glowing sort of dots.
As he's still gripping onto his face, looking down at him, who, my friend, is this magician that you speak of? I want to know his name.
He just looks at you in a combination of hatred and horror, and you sense fear as your detect thoughts is still active at this point, but not fear against you. Or not fear directed at you.
Yeah, it's directed at the magician himself, is what I can glean.
You can make that assumption.
Okay. Well, if you're scared of him, must be something. That's all I needed to know. He kind of looks at Den I don't care what you do with him now. I kind of know where he is going to, where everyone is hiding. And he just pats him on the head and then takes a step back. Am I like super quiet for everyone, or is it just
a little bit? I don't know if you just...
I did lower my voice a little bit, but anything better? Good? Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to scream that.
He is, again, has that frozen look of horror across his face, but is purposely trying to stay quiet at this point. He's just looking around. You get the impression he's looking for an escape. It's sort of out of options at this point. It's just resigned himself to the fact to stay quiet or die. And die, probably.
Well, you can give us answers now, or you can come back to my ship and we'll put you in a cell, and you can give us answers then. Your choice.
Do what you will. I state nothing else.
Right. Just know that your health and healing and livelihood is in my hands now, Frostheim. I think you'd do well to remember that.
He just leers at you.
To the mirror, then, with this one. I think, crew?
Yes, my captain.
At least we're not just murdering this one.
Yes, Adele.
So, Lil, while this is going on, you still have your captive. What are you doing down there?
Now that we're in a more safe location, why don't you tell me what I want to know, friend?
Yeah, I'll tell you anything. Just please don't. I just got roped up in all this. I was just an apprentice, and I at the college, and I didn't want to get involved in all of this. I promise. I just want to be done with it.
Okay, well, I can understand. We all fall in with the wrong crowd every once in a while, but who's this Decory? Whatever your names are.
The Cryptori?
Yeah, that.
I don't know. I mean, it was this super exclusive organization that we were told that we could join if we were one at the top of our class, and I was invited to join it, and it was a little different than what I thought. A lot more sort of darkened rooms and secret layers, and I didn't really get very much. They never took me anywhere, introduced me to anyone, but they just said if you work hard and you study a lot and you get really good, that they'll let you join and you get to be one of the important people.
Who's that guy?
Who's well?
The guy you hear screaming. Yeah, my friends are doing a number on him. Who's that guy?
I was just told to follow him, that I would be apprenticing under him. He's a very accomplished mage. Apparently, he wasn't with the university, but I was introduced to Mr. Professor Frostheim, and he was supposed to show me some new skills and teach me some new spells. Hadn't really taught me much. Just kind of a lot of meetings like this without all the bloodshed.
Can I insight
and
check?
She looks over to the other. You can insight check. She looks over to the dead body of the young man in the hood. He's probably one of her classmates. And she just has this panicked, just stark white look on her face and just horrified looking down at this body next to her and looking back up at you, wondering if you're about to do the same.
I got a 19.
19. She seems to be pretty forthright with you. You're not getting anything at this point that's indicating she's holding anything back.
Okay. You got caught up in the wrong place with the wrong people. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back to school. I want you to do really well. And go and be a better person than this.
Yeah. No.
And I give her 5 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
And then I just shove her away.
Sort of stumbles away a bit. Thank you. I'm not joining any more extracurricular clubs. I'm done with that. I'm just gonna study. And she goes running off down the alleyway back towards the main city.
And as she's running away, I'll be like,
remember, Gale Force is the way to go.
Thank you. And she disappears.
Good recruitment
Did
drive.
the rest of us hear her shout that?
Yeah. And Frostham's like, Gale Force. This is Gale Force then.
Yeah, no one asked you, Snow Miser. And I pick him up and start going towards the ship.
He just is kind of...
Hang on, I'm attached to him.
Oh shit! I stop walking.
I just slacken the chain a bit, just so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know you hadn't let go of it. We need to talk about that chain. We need to talk about that.
Could we maybe do this when our prisoner is locked away in a mirror somewhere? So
Whatever, I'm locking him in a mirror. I don't care what he hears. Let's go.
Okay. You bring him, or in leading him away, back towards the ship. As you get closer to the ship area, you see your face, who had sort of been tagging along but wasn't involved in the plan. Prince Instor is sort of waiting about half a mile away and says, "So, I heard some gunshots. Is everything okay? Who's this?"
We've got this as under control as we always do.
There was a very scared girl running this direction a little while ago.
Yeah, she's a fan.
Oh.
She's gonna go and do good things. I sense it's gonna be good.
Good.
And this is our new informant, if you will.
Informant. Interesting. And he sort of looks over and sees the bloody leg on it. He looks around and says, "We should get out of the site quickly, someplace where there isn't the potential for so many people watching."
We are heading back to our ship where we have a magic mirror.
All right. He looks around and says, "Perhaps divert and don't go straight back to the ship. With the sensors, I worry they may be tracking your movements."
Can these sensors be fooled by illusions, or is that a no-go?
No, but I know they don't spread out very far from the main walls of the city. Down at the harbor, you won't see so many. Just be quiet. Don't mention the name of your ship.
Maybe no one should mention the name Gale Force very loudly.
Sorry. She needed a boost.
No, Lil, I think you did good.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
As long as it's hidden, you should be fine. he walks along with you, sort of keeping an eye out, and sort of directs you where to divert your path to, making your way down towards the docks, a little bit further to the west. Your ship is still underwater. So, actually, question there, are you going to cast Water Walk again, Den, or...
No, I want to, before I say this, I'm gonna see what spell slots I have left. Oh no, I've got plenty. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna do a sending spell to Holly, who I leave in charge of the ship because she's the first mate when I'm not there, and have them. Is there like a landmark in the port, or is there like a specific dock that I can say like keep the ship underwater but bring it here and we'll swim down to you, so we can so I can know exactly where the ship is?
Yeah. There are a few kind of smaller outlets and rock formations in the harbor that you could probably indicate to Holly, have her bring the ship in that direction. The ship right now, for everyone that forgot, has been enchanted with a water a blessing from the plane of water, which allows it to travel underwater. And you direct it to sort of submarine its way over towards that cropping or rocky outcropping. Do you all walk your way that direction? Are you water walking, or you just walking across along the land?
Actually, I was gonna say that perhaps just me and Den and maybe someone else should get him back to the ship. Everyone else go back to the fort. So we're not everyone converging in one place immediately all of a sudden just outside of town, but trying to keep the group small and inconspicuous as possible.
Okay, so who's going back to the ship and who's staying in town?
I'm still attached to the guy.
I'll stay in town because I'm still not a huge fan of the whole swimming thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay in town.
Yeah, I'll probably stay with... Actually, because it's Lou. What's Din doing? Din's going back to the ship? Yeah, he's following Din.
Then I guess I'll stay.
Okay. So Star, Den, and Lucius make your way back to the ship, submerging yourself into the icy waters of the bay. You swim down, the ship itself being cresting fairly close to the surface to pick you up right now. You holding your breath. Den doesn't need to hold a breath, but swim down towards the deck, coming through that protective sort of membrane of air, and stepping out onto the deck of the ship. The water sort of being pulled off of you as you enter. Holly and the crew, or a couple of the group members, come up as you step aboard. Holly says, everything all right?
This is our new friend, everyone.
Hey there, friend. Jogging, who's kind of like, fuck all of you.
He's not a very polite friend.
But he's got his uses. Cleve, you round?
Cleve steps forward. I don't have my notes because Roll20 just froze on me, but Cleve the dwarf.
She's a blue dragonborn.
She's a
the
blue
dragonborn. That's right. I'm remembering. Ivar. Cleve the blue dragonborn. These sort of gold kind of bandings around her neck, comes stepping very very heavily across the deck of the ship, the wood creaking underneath. She says, yeah.
I want you to take this one to a cell. And just watch him for a while. See if he says anything interesting.
All right, Captain.
I will unchainify him. That's a word.
She grabs him by the neck, back of the neck, looks the air genasi over. She kind of growls down. You see the lightning kind of sparking across her teeth. And she looks at his blue skin and her darker blue skin and says, "Mine looks better," and kind of drags him across the deck.
Make sure you bind his hand. He can cast spells.
On it.
I like her. Oh, do I like her?
But she drags him out of sight.
Cleve is one of my favorite crew members. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell the rest of them. Ollie says.
You don't understand. There's like 4 of them around us, right?
Well, I'm saying that because you're all also my favorites. I'm just saying, right? You can't,
Yes.
I mean, you can't buy that, like...
So what's going on?
So
A lot.
we have
Yeah.
a prisoner, obviously. There's another weird shadowy group watching over this city, as if I'm not sick of that all already.
It's like a cult. I'm gonna gather, actually, this feels like a good use of the pirate crew. I'm gonna gather together the crew on the ship. They're a well-traveled bunch. They've seen a lot of things, they've heard a lot of things, and I'm just gonna pitch it to them and ask if they've ever heard of the Cryptori. Any, like, wives' tales, any legends, any sort of, you know, curses, sunken ships, that sort of thing.
That's when I would roll my natural 20 tonight. Most of them are kind of go, I don't think so. No, I haven't heard of that.
I don't know, you all tell a lot of
You hear kind of
stories.
Boom, boom, boom. You see a very large, kind of hunched over turtle, Vivian, come stepping towards us. Cryptori? Is that what you said?
Nordal? Do you know something? Nordal the turtle.
I don't. The last time I was here was when I was still on, still serving with Windwalker. There were some rumors the last time we made port off of Balavon. It's back when the war had reached its pinnacle. There was a faction of mages. There were lots of groups at that time that were vying for power.
It's always mages, isn't it?
Well, the ones that were rebelling against the crown for their freedom. Windwalker supported their cause, but this group, their methods were, if I remember, very brutal.
You seem like you know what you're talking about. Can can I ask you just like a general question?
You're the captain.
That's true, Nordle the Turtle. I don't know a whole lot about like wordplay and everything, but the crypt Ori. Is this like necromancy? Do you think?
Well, it's been some time since I've done a crossword puzzle. It could, I believe, deal with a number of things, but from what I remember during that time, this organization had gained its power through its secrecy. And I believe this name might originate from the ability it had at keeping secrets, masquerading and subterfuge and trickery. Like I said, it was a name spoken in hushed whispers within the harbor at that time. Many were fearful that they would be targets if they knew of its existence. I know not what became of them once the mages won the war.
Thanks, Nordle. That's very helpful.
What was helpful?
You go get some dinner.
All right. Captain.
Nordle goes shuffling off.
She knows so much. If you can only get her to talk about it.
Well, I think for now we should probably try to return to the inn. I know it's stupidly late, but still. If there really are sensors around and we just magically disappeared along with one of their mages, if anything saw us, I don't want anything jumping the ship. If anything hits us in town, we can handle it.
As much as I want to sleep on my ship, you're definitely right.
We keep the ship underwater for now. We don't want anyone else knowing about it. The crew can take care of it while we're away. Besides, I have to talk to Lil about some of the maps she has, because I have a vague idea of where we can go next.
So you guys are returning to the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
And just to be extra clear, you guys are not putting him in the mirror. You're just putting him in a normal holding cell.
I mean, we said mirror.
That
But
actually we
Cleve can't
should.
put.
I want to
Sorry.
let Cleve just hang out with him for a little bit.
If he teleports out
Do
of the cell,
whatever.
he has a whole ship of pirates to contend with, and I'm sure Cleve will take. Actually, I'm going to make sure he's got no spell components on him quickly. That would be sensible. I'd rather get any focus or components off him.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to take any of the. He has a white gnarled wand, a spell book, and that's about it. A pouch with probably 20 gold pieces in it.
I've got 20 gold pieces.
Other than that, there's not really much on him.
I think at this point, Cleve sort of knows what I'm talking about, but essentially we'll have Cleve just just gonna hang out with him for a little bit, sort of do what Cleve does, keep a close eye on him, and sort of see if maybe he will relay any information to her that maybe he hasn't given to us. And then I think she knows to take him to the captain's quarters where I keep the mirror. And before we leave the ship, I'll put him in a cell in the mirror.
Okay, so you are putting him in the...
Yeah.
Just make sure. Okay. For the sake of things, because he does have to fail the saving throw to be put into it, you just... With enough time, you can put pretty much anyone in the mirror when they're under your control, because eventually they're going to fail. Just keep shoving their face against it until they fail their saving throw. And with that, he is sucked into a cell within the mirror of life trapping.
I do ask Cleve, did you learn anything?
He didn't really talk much.
Fair enough. They can't all be vulnerable to lightning, I guess.
No. I mean, I can try if you want and see if it works again the next time.
That's alright, we'll leave him in there for a bit.
All
See
right.
how he likes isolation, and maybe we'll let you have a go at him.
Alright. Well, I should get back to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Alright. Captain. It's a very casual ship.
It is a very casual ship, though. Den's a very casual person.
Cleve makes her way back to her quarters.
Heck yeah, she never wears shoes.
That is true.
So the three of you are gonna head back towards the Buxom Boar and reunite with your Padres.
Before we leave the ship, I am going to grab some bottles of, whatever bottles of booze we've got on the ship, just one for each of us. And when we're back to a point in the town, we're just drunken revelers walking through.
All right. So you all make your way back towards the make your way towards the city, back into the thoroughfare, back to the Buxom Boar, where I assume the rest of you, did you just go straight there?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I
was like, it's time for drinking.
Yeah. It's like, what is Dylan doing? I realize the food's here. Okay, so drunken revelers, you guys kind of laughing and enjoying yourselves, make your way back to the Buxom Boar, where you all reconnect. Back at the table, you've got now sort of sequestered off for yourselves to the corner of the room. This is your table now. Nobody else is going to sit there. It's like a sitcom. Everybody, just this crowded bar. That table's always open for you somehow. You all sit down, have your drinks, and are having a moment to decide what you want to do next. So, converse.
Can I just, say real quick? What the shit?
What, about the fight or about the hostage situation over there?
Just in general. I feel like we were oh yeah, there's a slaver, we're gonna figure out what's going on, and all of a sudden it's just a magic cult, and we've got prisoners in the mirror again.
Seems like a typical Tuesday.
Or whatever.
More like a Saturday to me.
Yeah. Sorry.
It really does, but I just wanted to be what?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't traveled the world like you guys have, but I gotta feel Graldar had the secret weird culty
How many people are in the bar right now?
It's pretty well. I'd say at this point, given that it's probably about 2 a.m, it's starting to thin out. I'd say there's probably about 10 people in the bar other than you. It's mostly kind of thinned out, just kind of to their own. Some people are pretty like sloppy drunk, just sort of hanging over the bar, and Hallen is trying to usher them out.
Okay, people can talk then. I'm not going to stop them.
Yeah, there's no one in your immediate vicinity, and you
try to stop me.
Princeton stores at the table, and the last time you were here, he did say that there weren't any sensors in the immediate area within this tavern.
It was more people overhearing us that I was worried about.
Right now, it doesn't seem like anybody can overhear you as far as you know.
Cryptic Sean is cryptic.
It's like he's part of the Cryptory.
Good call.
Cryptory confirmed.
So, yeah, I'm really with you, Dan. This, like, what is with places and these secret friggin' things?
It's weird, right?
How many secret organizations have you come across?
A few
Well,
at this point.
I mean, there's the one in Graldar that took kids. I think South Harbor's like the whole fact that the commandant, what were they? They were all part of something that went weird.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't secret, but it went weird. And then now this place?
None of those were secret organizations, but fine, whatever you want to say.
Okay, they were kidnapping kids on Graldar. Okay, that was...
From like another plane.
And everybody was in on it.
And then there's like, well, no, and then South Harbor has this whole like secret resistance that's happening that is like, that's a secret organization. Okay.
Weren't we part of that secret resistance though?
Well, yeah, but like only at the end.
And that secret resistance only was created because they were under siege from some other organization.
That was supposed to protect him and then went rogue.
You're going to learn that this world is made up of many organizations. I myself am a member of a few.
Listen.
You are all members of an organization.
Your Highness. We didn't include you. We didn't include you in this group so you could just like sass us all the time, right? This is very serious business.
You're right. This is
right. One of these organizations was like kidnapping kids and taking them to another plane of existence. But if you want to joke about that, you can probably find another bar to do it in.
I apologize. No, this is
Thank
very
you.
True. It still isn't clear to me why they're wanted slaves and what the gold pirates' motives in all of this are.
Yeah, like I feel like that's the whole reason we did this whole plan.
It's why we came here, but we
and I still don't know. No, we didn't get sidetracked. We did this whole plan to figure out like why the pirates were asking for slaves, and now the people the pirates were meeting with are like, ooh, cult.
We were also asked to find the pirates' motives, though, which we've got nothing to go towards on why they were bringing the slavers. We were told Captain Gold doesn't do this.
You can infer that the magician and his people had to deal with Gold's pirates to bring them slaves for a reason.
That's what I want to have a conversation about, actually, Your Highness.
Right.
Do you know of any person called the Magician?
Yes.
Alright, well, share that. Please, with the group.
I'm sorry, from what I remember during the rebellion in Rodan 20 years ago at this point, this person led the rebellion of the mages that were subjugated here, imprisoned here, ruled over here led them to their freedom. At least that's what the stories that we've heard have said.
Do you know what this person is doing now?
It was never known what their identity was. They were never revealed. They could be anyone. They could be the baker down the street, or the sitting on the High Council of Rora. No one knows. But they were powerful. They, if the stories were correct, almost single-handedly brought down the Black Prison to the north, a nigh impenetrable fortress, housing some of the most dangerous criminals in all of, or who were considered to be the most dangerous criminals in all of Rora. Many were rebels, mages that had spoken out against the council at the time for their treatment of magic users and arcane practitioners. This magician brought it to its knees on their own.
I just want to say, for the benefit of the group, that I just came here to free slaves generally and stop that whole business, and this is way outside of anything I even remotely thought was going to happen.
I mean,
Go ahead.
we were tasked to do what was the Falcon Guild, right? That was the name?
Yeah, the Falcon Guild was the old...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were tasked to take over the job that the old Falcon Guild did.
No, we were tasked with coming here and finding out why the gold pirates are bringing slaves here. I'm not...
Things have gotten deeper.
Yeah, I'm really concerned with why everything keeps pointing back to a war that happened before most of us were alive. Or of fighting age.
Fighting age is probably the better.
Do we know if the gold pirate ship is still in the harbor?
When you guys were walking back, the Sapphire was still there. Yes.
Do we think there'd be any of the pirates on the ship right now, or would they be sleeping in town?
There's always somebody watching a pirate ship.
I can get on the ship and see if they've got any ledgers or anything. That's about it.
After that fight, I have to ask, how tired is everyone? AKA out of character. Who needs a long rest?
Saddle does. I'm still great. I've got tons of stuff. I just... Guys, I mean, you know I'm up for anything. Right, like, I'm up for a fight. I'm up for it all. But... I don't ever say this, but something about this just strikes wrong with me.
You did.
Something about this is way bigger than us. This is not something that we deal in. This is not something that my people deal with.
But given what we were basically tasked with, it's basically what Gale Force should deal in.
I don't think we're ready for this fight, though. I mean, we needed to figure out why, or who, the gold pirates were given or supplying slaves for, and I think we figured that out. We don't really know the motive yet, but we can maybe try and interrogate the gold pirates or something, maybe here in the next day or so. But I'm kind of with Den. Like, I'm a little worried. This is big.
I mean, I'm not trying to back down, and I've never tried to back down from a fight with something that's bigger than me. But we got to figure out what the fuck is going on, because this is, I mean,
plan.
this is bigger than anything that I think we've ever come across. This is the first time that I really feel like that I'm not seeing the full picture.
I'm pretty sure that we're just seeing a very small part of the big picture. It's just we never had the chance and we never went out of our way to delve into this.
Prince Solvernick says, I agree. I think the first part of this will be finding out why the gold pirates are involved. That's a thread we can hold on to. If we know...
Yeah, well, that was what we were aiming on doing today, but...
Well,
You know information, though.
We learned a lot. It's just it brought up more questions. At least I learned a lot. I don't know if anyone else did.
Den, if any of you with Windwalker's tattoos are seen attacking or assaulting or caught or reported attacking any one of the gold pirates, would that start like a super pirate war or something?
I mean, pirates generally fight each other. So, I mean, a few Fury pirates getting in a scrap with a few gold pirates is not out of the ordinary or anything like that.
Tomorrow night, say, how about you and a few others maybe start a bar fight or do something where you can keep them all busy and I get onto that ship?
Now you speak my language.
I'm in for a bar fight.
You can keep them busy and get answers your way, and I can get the answers my way.
I can do that.
Prince says, I like this idea. If we can find out why they're involved or the leverage that the Cryptori have, you might be able to sway them to your advantage. And then we might be able to find out what's going on here and how this connects to what's happening, what you told me, and what is happening with the Triton. I'll follow up with any leads that I have within the Mages College and see what I can find there. I think I still have a few. And as he says that, there is a flash of light. And the entire wall behind the prince just explodes into this shimmering blue gateway. And you just hear a word or a whisper come through. It says, "Come to me, Prince Solvernick. We have something to discuss." And he is pulled through the gateway, which closes behind him. And the last thing you hear is a very panicked yelp come from the prince. And then nothing. The bar goes silent. The chair he was sitting on clatters to the side. And that's where we end tonight's session.
No! No.
Oh my gosh.
Lil dropped her beer. She doesn't do that.
Well, everyone, that is going to end our session of Survivors Complex for tonight. And for once, I didn't go over on time. Yay. But we have some mysteries that are going to be unraveled in the next few sessions, perhaps. Some more secrets abound. By the stunned look on all my players' faces, I know that I've done my job. So we will be picking this up again next week to see where this goes. Until then, I don't think we have any streams planned this week other than just video game streaming.
Lindsay, on Wednesday.
No, we have Lynn's Days.
Yeah, that's
Lynn's
right.
Days.
Lynn's Days, where Lindsay plays Dragon Age Inquisition.
On Wednesdays, we play Dragon Age.
Yeah, I'm going to be continuing that. Had to take the week off last week because of some computer troubles. But I think she's ironed all that out. So maybe we'll be good to go this week. We'll be having some stuff going on soon between the holidays. We might be doing some more Fancy Clancy tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
Can we fuse everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Otherwise,
after we eat dinner.
After we dinner. Otherwise, still doing the giveaways. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us here. Follow us on Twitter. You can just stand outside our house and follow us to work. Don't do that. But yeah, just if you're enjoying this and you liked our game, you can watch all our old episodes on YouTube and subscribe there. And I don't think we have anything else.
Nice
Otherwise, dice giveaways when we reach our goals. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we're 75 on Twitch and 50 on YouTube. Once we hit those goals, we'll be giving away more sets of dice for each of those.
And people were asking, so I just want to say this live and also so it's in the VOD and everything. We are in the process of uploading all of our old sessions to YouTube. I'm going to get some more of that done this weekend, so keep an eye out. We have our first few sessions up there as well as our last 5 or 6 sessions. So watch the first few. We'll get some more uploaded for you, and thanks for going on this journey with us. We love you, and we'll have a full playlist for you soon.
Yeah. Until then, if I think you can all credit to artists and people and everything below us on the page, on the Twitch page. If you're watching this on YouTube, go over to Twitch and see what we're doing right now. If this is in the future, and see all the credits that I am referring to. Otherwise, we will see you guys throughout the week for more streaming. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night,
Good night, Internet!
Night, Internet.